You can just go home, clean eats, and have lunch, Tim's.
We're live.
We are live. What's up, everybody? This is the championship watch party. Unexpected weekend off for myself. I don't know what you guys are planning on doing today, but this wasn't what I had in mind. But Tim's is here with me. Travis is here. We're going to watch this race, I guess. Cheer on old Reddick. Hopefully he can get it done. For me, anyway. I don't know who you guys are cheering for, but some football going. I know Tim's has probably got 57 bets live right now.
Yeah.
Travis, I don't know what you got going on. Tim's, who you picking for today?
NASCAR
Championship. Yeah.
I like Blake. I think it's all momentum on it. This side right
I'm obligated to root for Reddick, I believe.
Yeah, you're under.
I think he's happy tomorrow. Denny's great.
This is a little awkward for me. Obviously, I don't watch many Cup races live anyway.
You
I watch them all live. I'm not on TV normally. So this is awkward, and then there's no sound, so that's even a little more awkward. So now we're trying to guess what the talk's saying.
When's the last race that you watched?
So unfortunately, I watched Richmond last year when my dad died. So I didn't go. Way to go! Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you bringing that up. But yeah, before that, the last Cup race I watched was probably 2013. I would say.
Wow.
So yeah, they're not. You really don't have a lot of time to miss when you're doing this full time.
Yeah, it's got to be so weird for you.
This is a little strange. I'm looking. I'm trying. We have the transcript of Bubba's radio right now, so I'm hoping TJ's not getting yelled at yet. We're only one pace lap into this thing.
It's job security, though, right?
Yeah, that's good. That's what Brett said. Brett said maybe you do a really bad job, and then Bubba realized how much he needs you.
Yeah, you're gonna be Wally pipped.
Yeah, maybe. I told Brandon McReynolds the other night. I said, you can tell what spotters need their guy, or what drivers need their spotter, because Bubba qualified 29th. I think Dylan qualified 36th, and Chastain's third. So I think McReynolds is he's expendable.
How much conversation did you have with Bubba's spotter this week? Or what was it like?
So just really one conversation, just kind of. And if you listen to our radio, Bubba's fairly easy. He doesn't really like a lot of chatter. So what he kind of Bubba's tendencies, what he does like, what he doesn't like, how I call restarts, how I call you see him rolling down pit road here. We change lights at Richmond. At Phoenix because of the corner, so you can speed up a little bit because the radius of the corner is a little bit longer, so you can bump up your lights. So I'm telling him how to do that on pit road. How to call the choose is a big one for us. Just so everything's pretty much the same for Bubba. Getting used to everything.
The restart or the start is very goes 5 wide and more. What's it like for a spotter?
It sucks. It's awful.
Is it the hardest one to call?
Well, it's the hardest one to call only because of where we stand. We stand in the middle of turn 3 and 4, and it's the only place we stand in the center of the corner. Everywhere else, we're on the front stretch, or basically right above the start finish line, and just about every other racetrack. Here, you're in the middle of the corner, so you lose a lot of depth perception there. They're driving straight away from you, so you can see them, but it's hard to tell if they're inside or outside. And then, like you said, they're 15 wide and a 1 there, and you don't know. It's hard to clear a guy when you're 6 lanes to the left. So it can get interesting at times. But
did they move you guys when they reconfigured the track?
No. So we've always been there, and we thought maybe we would be able to get moved when they were doing the reconfiguration. And one spotter took it upon himself to say we didn't want to go over there. And he's a dumbass named TJ. Not TJ Bell that's filling in for me either. TJ 1.0, not 2.0. So, yeah. So we're in the same spot. The weird thing is it's the nicest spotter stand we have.
Really?
It's covered. They have it shaded. They got it covered. They put shade up for us.
Bees?
It's got its own bathrooms. No bees. No bugs that I can recall. It's the nicest spotter stand. It's just in the absolute worst location possible.
I don't know how you'll do it. Standing up there.
It's really not that hard. TJ's the only one. TJ makes a pretty big deal about it with his full suit.
Oh.
But yeah, I don't. It's hot. You go to Iowa in the middle of August was not ideal, or Texas was hot this year. There's a handful that are going to be hot, but Nashville's always scorching hot. But yeah, you survive. It's not that bad.
Yeah. Yeah, tough to start your day with the Giants. Huh?
Yeah. I don't even know if I'm mad about it. because like it's a battle for the number 1 overall pick at this point.
Yeah.
The only thing I was a little upset about, I do have a bet on the Panthers under wins for the year.
Oh,
Like
we
I
all
think it's
do.
5.5.
That's what I said.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know. Is it 5.5 or 6?
5.5.
Yeah.
5.5.
Oh, there goes Debo. Yeah, so I was not thrilled that they lost that game, but of course the way they did it, like the typical Giants fashion, you're down the whole game, you come back, tie it up, and then fumble in overtime and get the game over.
I also have Daniel Jones over, I think 8.5 interceptions. It's the big 2-pick game with this big.
The only problem with that is probably gonna get benched.
Yeah, if he lasts the season, it's a great bet. If he doesn't, this is not good.
He doesn't have 8 interceptions yet.
He's got 7.
Oh,
But he's got like 3 touchdowns.
I feel like he had 8 today.
Yeah.
Tim's, what are your bets for the race?
I have Blaney to win the championship and the race. I'll probably be live betting the winner at some point. And then I have a bunch of long shot top 10s.
How many top 10s do you have?
Right now I have 3.
14. He's got 14 top 10 bets.
There was a little bit of an intoxication bet I will not be posting that I decided to parlay 10 guys. So that will not be.
We're not going to share that one.
That's a
That one's
hit.
for private. It wasn't hits.
What's that? What's the payout? I mean, I don't know the payout, but I mean, it's got to be.
What's the
Oh,
plus?
it was like 4 digits. Like, I was like, I'm sharp. I'm gonna beat the books.
Go green. I was racing all day yesterday. I didn't get to watch the Xfinity race yet. It looked like Allgaier had a hell of a day.
He did everything he could not to lose, only
Not-
to win.
Yeah, not to win.
I mean, restart penalty, speeding through pit road. He wrecked his car in practice.
He had a flat too at some point, didn't he? Like,
Oh yeah, he hit Riley Herbst. Luckily, it was at the end of the stage. If it was probably 3 laps sooner.
Tie. I thought that was Reddick for a second.
Ooh!
Oh! Was that tie?
That's right. That's
Yes, yeah.
He might have cut a tire into 1 or into 3.
Oh, that looked violent.
That was nasty.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
he's
okay.
still trying.
He's just a little angry. So he gets loose and one like
Somebody on the 23. All right, that was fun. Where are we at?
oh, he passed 5 cars. That's why he started 29th.
22.
Oh, 22. He passed 7 times in 2 corners. He's pretty good at restarts. Man, I want to go back. It looked to me like Reddick might have gotten the back of him getting into 3, or he was just up his ass, and then that's when he chased it up before the start finish line. I don't know if he cut a tire or what the hell happened there. But
Broke a toe. That
was pretty brutal.
Yeah. Is Reddick also the monster car? Yeah.
Yeah, Reddick's the beast.
Yeah. Okay.
The beast.
Those things will get after you.
I gave a case of it to a buddy of mine's kid, a college kid, and he got hurt. He gets they're like 6%.
They're not for loco crazy, but
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That might have been.
and he got.
I think he did make
That
contact
might
with
have been
Reddick.
a toe link or something.
That's the worst spot.
Something definitely broke right there. The car unloaded when he got down on the apron, and it just I don't know if it just got loose or I don't know what the hell happened there. They might have just really got down on like the stops when he got on the apron.
I want to see before.
Yeah, going into 3, I'm going to call that turn 1 and 2 about 37 times today because it was turn 1 and 2 for about 15 years with me. Right there, I don't know if Reddick ever got him. He just got wide. He probably. I don't know.
And that
broke
just
his toe link.
snapped.
Right.
Right?
He might have broke the right rear toe link.
Man.
That hurts.
It's a hard impact.
Okay, he's got a little limp.
What are you doing as a spotter if you're the spotter, like in your guys out one? You just go in the holler.
Yeah, so Tony Hirschman spots for Ty. He actually lives in Pennsylvania, so he has to travel. It's nice that he stays home where his whole family's at, but the problem with that is you have to fly out usually a day early, and you usually end up having to stay till Monday and fly out Monday morning. So I would assume a guy like Tony will probably be looking now to see if he can
Get that flight.
get an earlier flight out of there. But yeah, I mean, if that was me, I would probably take the car and go find something to eat, watch the end of the race, go to the airport. No reason to go in the garage and watch them load the car you just helped them bring.
It's a tough start for Joe Gibbs.
Yeah.
Truex.
We also have a football game on, folks. So if you hear us talking about the 49ers Buccaneers,
What
that's
the
why.
hell was going on here? Look like hot potato.
Another field goal too.
Oh, we getting yelled at already.
Who's yelling at us?
No,
We haven't cussed.
no, we're doing good. I didn't know if there is somebody going to ask questions. Like, is there a chat? I'm assuming. I know we don't have. I'm assuming we don't have anybody here. Unless you guys have been hiding somebody in the line.
Unless you might get the YouTube Find the YouTube.
Just I think he threw his hands up and left.
It's like,
The hell was this?
How do you find the chat?
it should scroll down. Can you scroll down? Maybe not.
The chat.
Just walking through the camera.
Yeah, maybe. Jay sent a story in here. I don't know what he said.
We're just gonna do this. Just put the YouTube on here.
Sounds good.
Yeah. We gotta have a. I would say we'd have to break up, but can't hear it.
Yeah, the drinking word is sound. If we hear a sound, we have to drink.
We got a donation, $2.
All right.
Will Martin Truex wreck anybody today?
Martin Truex, my favorite, one of my favorite, the guys that retired, obviously, was Clint. And the night we went out to dinner the night before, we actually went to like a house. We had a chef show up, and he's like, "Man, I think tomorrow I'm just gonna go out there and settle every score I've got."
Yeah.
Like he's like, "I'm just gonna wreck everybody." Remember that time when you got me in 2010?
Someone else wants to know, what do you miss the most about not being out in Phoenix?
Nothing. Not a thing. Yeah. Obviously, just being with the guys and spotting is it's my job. It's also something I love to do. So that's the only thing, really. I mean, if you had to pick a weekend to not spot, flying across the country into the desert is not a bad one to miss, especially like I said, the spotter stand is near impossible.
See, if I was you, though, I would just schedule a vacation right after this and then just head straight to Hawaii.
From Phoenix,
Yeah.
Wouldn't be a bad idea. I'm going on vacation next week. It's very tropical, South Bend, Indiana.
Oh, nice.
We're going
What are you going to that dumpster
to
for?
Notre Dame first time. So
Who do they play?
Virginia.
I will say I've been to South Bend once when they played the team up north. It is a cool place just because it's got the like old school feel in the buildings.
Yeah, we got a buddy of mine knows some people there, so we're gonna get to like see the locker rooms and stuff. So
That's cool.
it'll be pretty cool.
You can hang out with Touchdown Jesus.
Yeah. Let's go give him a hug.
Andrew gave us $2. This is the new war room for Junior Motorsports. No, this is a Dirty Mo space.
Yeah. This is what do you guys call this? Like I call it the playground the other day.
I kind of like that. I mean, we got a basketball hoop over there.
Yeah,
Playhouse, whatever you want to call it.
Gambling.
Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Yeah, not bad. All right, Kyle. Wish it. Somebody asked him since his streak's gonna end if he doesn't win today, what's he gonna do? And he's like, "I'm gonna wall rack for 12 laps."
Just let it rip. Oh man.
I'd be curious what Martin is thinking in this rate. Like,
I'm curious. That's a hell of a play. Man, they just seem like they find ways to step on their toes weekly. Last week, running pretty good, started to fade a little bit. Short pit the first stage and caution come or sped, and then the caution came out to really burn them. That was pretty much the end of their day there.
Give him credit. Last race wins the pole. Like it could be very easy to mail in a little bit.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
take it easy.
It's funny watching that. I'm sure everybody saw the video of the drivers meeting. They're all giving him a standing ovation. I'm sure nobody felt more awkward in that moment than Martin Truex. Like such a soft-spoken guy. Just everybody standing there clapping, looking at him. He probably hated every second of it.
Just little things.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. Snapping his bottle around.
what's taking so long for this yellow?
Oh, commercials. Dude, I was like live chatting the other night during the truck race, and all anybody wanted to do was bitch about commercials. I'm like, listen, I get it, but I'd rather them now.
They'd rather burn through them.
Yeah, get them done. And like, I think the last green flag commercial, like where you missed the green flag lap, was like in the middle of stage 2.
That's good.
Yeah, like, what else do you want? They did go. They had a couple like side by sides in the last stage, but I mean, they got to pay the bills.
What do you think about the truck race?
Kind of a snoozer, but I don't mind that. Like, if you got a really good truck, and that's gonna be, sometimes that happens. And I'd rather see that than some BS caution with 5 to go, and then they're all killing each other in one on a 12 wide restart. And the champions, whoever survives. Like, I'd rather see the guy that's got the best truck go out and dominate and win the race.
I think both races so far, you've seen clean racing. You didn't look last night. You didn't see a lot of like dumb racing and making mistakes.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch last night, but I saw the last restart where it looked like, was it Jesse that Justin kind of squeezed Jesse a little bit. I can't remember Brett, because Brett was spotting for Jesse. He'll be bitching about that all day tomorrow.
Brett,
Imagine that.
No.
Good start.
Green again.
They have. I'll tell you one thing that I have noticed. I'm assuming they did it last night because I saw some tweets about it. They are calling the changing lanes before start finish line a little tighter. 22 should get the lead here.
But it seemed like the right call in both cases.
Yeah. Heim. I know Heim. I was watching the Heim one. I love when some of these guys. I love Corey Heim, super talented kid, good kid. He's like, I didn't do nothing wrong. I was following a guy in front of me. And then you look at the video and he's way out early. And you're like, man, you know they have replays of this, right? Like, I know what you felt like happened, but
the problem with those guys is they're going to slow it down. Like, it's instant replay for football. Like, you're not going to get the benefit of the doubt of it being
Reddick 4 wide. That coming off of turn 2 is the hardest place to spot here. Just because you're coming off straight and it's a really, really bad angle. So you'll see a lot of guys sometimes be cautious on the exit over there. You're like, why isn't he getting up? It's like, because we're not telling him he's clear. So it's interesting to see these guys using the flat as much as they are.
I was about to say, yeah, it seems like they're all the way pretty much below it.
Or Hocevar, hopefully he got all his stuff out of the way last week.
He got off the hook though because of all the other
Yeah,
stuff.
nobody even mentioned it. I was like, my goodness. And there was like a couple times where I was telling Bubba, I'm like, he's getting ready to wreck the guy. Like, you can see it coming for 2 laps. He's like, he's going to ship this guy. Oh, there he goes. He got him. Oh, Larson loose.
Letard had a good line when Hocevar spun out. And he goes, oh, somebody finally got their big match. Somebody must have got him. There's a list of them.
Yeah.
I'd be nervous on his Blaney right now. Hocevar right next to you. Oh my gosh. They need Larson next to each other and see if they play nice.
Oh, Jesus. Way to speak that right into existence.
Oh.
Gosh.
They're not ready for anything.
They're behind it, Blaney.
Is that a live tweet moment for Travis right there? Be like, Kyle's got to race Denny Quinn.
Or not.
I'll get people tweeting me. They're like, there's like a, age tweets or whatever for NASCAR, and I'll tweet something and it doesn't go well, and people tweet at me. I'm like, do you guys realize I don't care? I just tweet my thoughts, and I don't delete it.
Yeah, you're following me. I'm sorry.
You are the epitome of my thoughts are my do not reflect my employer or the podcast
or anybody else.
Yeah.
C-Chat 2 said everyone talks about Homestead in Phoenix. What would be an underrated championship track to have?
Kansas, I think would be a really, really good one. Darlington makes a lot of sense for me, just the historic nature of it. Obviously, not a huge market. I don't want to say it's a big market for us, but it's not a major city or nothing like that, so it might not be the biggest draw. I don't know. I was interested to see that. I don't know if it was Phelps or O'Donnell. They mentioned Vegas and Charlotte as potential finales when they don't own those tracks. So I thought that was interesting. I can't ever imagine them giving up the championship race to an SMI track, but maybe if the price is right.
Charlotte kind of makes sense.
Charlotte makes a lot of sense because, back in the day, they especially Truck and Xfinity, the banquet, you would run Homestead, and then the banquet would be the next day in Miami. It would be like Monday, like you run Cup race, and then the truck and Xfinity banquets would be Monday night or Tuesday night. So you're there, like you're celebrating right away. You know, you're not waiting 2 months or whatever it is before the end of the year. So that'd be interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I can't see.
Also, like if you like get cities to bid on it, that's how you could allow SMI to have it. Because if Charlotte bids on it, NASCAR can get that money. It's the same thing that NFL and all these other leagues do. Is these cities bid to have the Super Bowl and championships.
Yeah.
Do you have an opinion on the suggested 3-race final round thing?
Absolutely. Like it just makes too much sense. And then not that you won't see that stuff that happened last week, but I feel like there's no do or die moment until you get here.
Yeah.
You know, and then like I even said, like, if you want to, like, this place sells out. This place is an unbelievable facility. The racing's not that great.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't mind it if it's the last race of a 3-race playoff. You know what I mean? Because you use the other 2 races to help determine the champion. And like, so you had your opportunities to make up points, and you come here and maybe it's not that big of a race, but it still counts. You know, it's not the end all be all of a shitty race, which this one's been pretty good. Blaney's passing. Chastain's going backwards.
Guys, we made it 20 minutes before Freddie cussed.
What did I?
That's good. That's
Yeah.
what we asked.
Good.
I think they need to lower how many drivers get in the playoffs. I know Freddie may not like that thought, but I think it's too many.
Yeah, it is, and I like that. Like the Xfinity series, the Truck Series, there's good contending trucks and Xfinity cars that don't make the playoffs.
Some should be.
Yeah, like it's. I mean, you're almost at half the field is making the playoffs in the Cup Series. And listen, I mean, obviously we made it last year barely, and we missed it this year. So I should be, proponent for 16 or 20. But if you don't deserve to be there, you don't deserve to be there.
So right now, playoff drivers: Logano first, Byron fourth, Reddick sixth, Blaney seventh.
Yeah, Blaney would be the guy that I'm worried about right now because he's passing, and that is very difficult to do at Phoenix.
Could he have used up his tires too much too early? Or?
Not really. I mean, there's obviously I'm not there this weekend, so I didn't really look into the practice review and see what the wear was like and the degradation. But yeah, it's not like the Xfinity car where you saw guys fall off really late last night. I was watching the last 30 laps on my timing and scoring, and you could see the pace of some of them guys really falling off. I don't think you'll see that as much here in a Cup car with these tires.
I know, and Jim Pullman went early, was telling Justin slow down, and with 30 to go, he was like, "Go."
Yeah, and you could see it. I was watching. I told my wife we were at the dirt track watching sprint cars, and I told my wife, I was like, "Cole's in trouble." Cole's a friend of ours. I said, "Cole's in trouble if this thing goes green because all guys 3 or 4 tenths faster than he is." Like at the time they were running like 3rd and 9th. I was like, but it's just a matter of time. Moody. Oh, is that a replay? The one you missed earlier?
He's missed 2.
All guy, once he's legal, needs to buy Connor Zolch a beer.
Oh yeah,
because he did just enough to hold up Cole and make him work, and then was able to then get to him.
Justin honestly owes everybody on DVC a beer because we pick them every year, and he would wreck. And we finally made an agreement this week where we're not going to pick him so he can win.
Hawkers picked him. He won.
Did he? Oh, that's what it is.
If you saw his energy in the championship 4th, the Ultra download, he was running that shit.
Oh yeah, Justin. Yeah,
He was poking him.
He was poking him, but he was like relaxed. That's a guy who's been there. But like,
there it is.
Oh,
Very awkward. Mark Trey.
Why did I do that?
He just hit his hand.
he was slapping his face.
I'm surprised Martin doesn't have his fishing rod in the car with him.
He's the most dry human being ever. Like it's just, and them guys on a 19 car, they know how to have fun. I can promise you that much. The plane rides back are always an interesting trip with them guys.
Which team knows how to have the most fun?
You
can't say.
Well, it ain't my team. I can promise you that much. It's probably them guys that I know of for sure. That group there is thick as thieves, and they're they know how to get down. I can tell you that much.
I've had the pleasure of hanging out one night in Vegas a couple years ago with you guys, Drew.
Oh,
And that was fun.
Drew, yeah, it was fun for us. Drew, not so much. We were just talking about that. Did you ever see the picture that Mike made of the He Is Risen?
No.
Like,
is that
yeah.
Caleb wants to know what tire compound is it? It's Martinsville, he asked. Do you know?
No, it's not Martinsville. I know that. I don't know what it is though for here. I didn't really look at it this week.
Yeah, if there's any like things that require homework about the race.
Yeah, if I didn't do much this week. Once I heard the appeal was off, I passed along some notes to the drivers, and I was checked out for the week. I was modified racing at the dirt track. Which, by the way, if you ever get the chance to hang out with guys from the dirt track, don't do it. Just don't. Do it.
Robert West gave us $5 and asked Freddie, "You don't deserve to be suspended. Favorite beer?"
Bud Light. I'm a Bud Light guy.
It's a simple man.
Yeah, I'm a Bud Light draft guy. Nice cold Bud Light draft to be.
I love a draft beer.
Yeah, me too. I don't know what I don't know. I can drink out of a can. Obviously, I can drink that, but like it's just most of the time, if I'm at a bar, I'll take a bottle and pour it in a glass, or drink a draft beer. I think it flows better, and I'm usually in a rush to get to the 15th one.
My dad's got
Going out of style.
My dad's got a kegerator in the basement. Just love
Yeah,
pulling that tab.
it's hard. I don't mind craft beer, but I feel like anytime I go to a brewery, it's not cold. Like it's cold, but it's not like ice cold beer. You know, it's like I don't know. It's
No frosted mug.
It's just I don't know. I'm not a big IPA guy.
Oh,
Hey, I could be sleep. Well, probably because I'm having like 5 or 6 of them. But I mean,
5 or 6. Jeez.
Tim, how are you? You were at a winery.
yes.
How are you feeling today?
I feel good.
How
I'm
much
a
wine
good
did
hour
you drink?
sleep guy.
Red or just everything?
Start with white, then with some red, bottle of red, and then they do these chocolate shots, which is just like some dessert wine and these little like
Chocolate cups,
things.
yeah.
Had about 3 of those with the bartender downstairs. If I get in trouble, but I doubt that was for this.
Oh, I ended up at some
refill?
No, I'll give it now.
I ended up at some dirt late model driver's house last night, or I shouldn't say last night. It was this morning. It was about 5, 6 o'clock. And I left. I had to leave. I could. It was getting ready to be a disaster, and I remember that I had to be on camera today all day.
That stopped you before?
Well, sometimes the length of time on camera is probably the issue today. I didn't know when I was
And
getting
why?
with my mid-race snap in that everybody talks about when they're watching at home.
Yeah, that was my bad. I was in between chocolate shots when I sent that text. It's phenomenal. I got plenty to talk about now.
We're getting a lot of donations here today.
I mean, what? I mean,
Oh, I don't know who's getting this money.
Just a bunch of dudes sitting around drinking Diet Cokes. Thanks, Steel Horse. Right up, Papa.
I think Jamie
Yeah, I just
attended.
Oh,
Uh,
I see Steel-
Bandit Horse Gang gave us $5 and said, "Were you surprised when you got suspended?"
Yeah, it was pretty surprising. Bubba had called me.
Yeah, who calls you? Tells you.
But my competition director was the one that officially told me. Bubba had called me and told me that it was possible, and I was like, "Really? Like, all right, whatever." Like, I didn't think that was going to be that far. And then the competition director called me and said, "I'm suspended. You're suspended. Moody's suspended." It's like, okay. Guess then they talked about the appeal, and they decided not to appeal because the biggest thing I think not appealing was if you lose the appeal, they can make your penalties worse. Like they could have suspended Bubba, they could have suspended us for longer. They could have. So, and then on top of the fact that you really don't want to mess with anything the 45s been going on this week.
That would suck to appeal. They say, no, actually, we need to go down harder.
Yeah, like actually, you're not spotting the Daytona 500 now either.
They can't change it though, can they? I
They
thought they changed the rules.
They
Is
can't-
that only they can't?
They can't lessen the penalty.
It's either away
Yeah.
or it stays
Yeah.
again. That's Denny did. I remember him saying.
Yeah, it's either no penalty but I think they can add to the penalty if they. That's what they told me anyway. That's why they didn't want to appeal.
Yeah, that's accurate.
That might not be true.
So Matt Keller, who works here, is my good friend. Said if you were to win the championship and they did a championship dinner like the Masters, what's your meal?
That's a good question. Man, I feel like the easy answer is just like steak and potatoes. That's kind of my go-to. My My favorite thing to eat is probably the thing that I make at home anyway is like breaded chicken cutlets.
Ooh.
That would probably be the route I would go. Some kind of potato. I'm a potato fiend. And yeah, I don't know, something like that.
I'd go Mexican.
Mexican.
That's not bad.
Get some like quesadilla tacos, some like chorizo queso chips.
I'm telling you, the best Mexican around here is burrito. Like I don't like
Better than Rio 150?
Yeah, I mean, like for what you're getting there, like burritos. Like, have you been there?
No,
Dude,
that's why I'm not.
It's not like it's literally in a shopping center over here on 150, and it's just it's burritos, tacos. Like there's just the basics. There's no like sit down meals or nothing like that. But man, it's unbelievable. Brett actually turned me on to it. It's one of Brett's few good ideas that he ever had.
Yeah, Rio
Food
150.
recommendations. It's not a guy that's going to doubt.
Bars and food. Is what we
You're right.
You won't believe how many people, we go to Big Al's all the time, and we'll probably go tomorrow after the last show because Joel's coming on, and I got a feeling we're probably going to be drinking beer the whole damn show.
Oh Lord!
But so like, and usually like the Monday, like a lot of times Sunday night when we land, we would go to Big Al's, especially with Brett's fun all the time. And then you get back to Phoenix so late that you wouldn't go to Big Al's. So we ended up making a kind of thing where we would go Monday after the podcast, and that would be our like season finale shit show. Another curse.
I've been told that
one.
it's
Okay.
like not terrible on YouTube, and we've made it far enough.
Okay, good. But yeah, but the funny thing is, like, we talk about it on the podcast all the time, so people started going to Big Al's, and then I'm sure you guys have at least seen it or been there.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, wait a minute, Big Al's,
Yeah,
like,
I know,
this
yeah.
place is in a strip mall. Like, they're thinking this is gonna be some nice place, and nah, it's just it's our local Cheers.
Tim's, what's your championship meal?
Paniella vodka. I'm also a bread chicken cutlet guy. It's in New York. I feel like it's more of a
Yeah, it's a New York thing,
thing,
for sure.
but I'll go Paniella vodka.
He got so, speaking of New York, he got so excited. A soft serve ice cream truck.
Mr. Softy.
And
Was here?
Monsignor was like, it's like, oh, this is like home. And like Travis was like, what does he keep saying that for?
He said it 5 times.
Like that is it's a New York thing.
Yeah, Rio 150 is my jam.
I didn't realize Mike just said this.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't see those edits. That's funny. I have the wide of that.
Oh,
That's funny.
that when he I shouldn't speak ill of him while we're live. That's not nice. But he was draped over the arm of this chair, like I might be here in a couple hours.
Someone said, has anyone checked on Dale?
He's still waving that flag somewhere. I think last I saw him.
He was like a 5-year-old on Christmas Day.
He's put it on top of the house and the property.
I thought when I pulled in, it'd be hanging already. I love when
He's up in the flagpole.
he's like, Kelly might not like this, but I don't even care about the ownership.
Or tomorrow, when everyone comes in, he's to be waving on the
Just,
roof.
yeah, just standing up top.
Yeah.
Little championship battle here.
So
I saw Laney's radio popped up there. I'm sure he's screaming, yelling about something.
So he got to 7th really quick, and then he just kind of got stuck behind.
Obviously,
there.
as you go,
Yeah.
it's harder.
So our standings are Logano, Truex, Bell, Byron, Elliott, Reddick, Blaine. Those are your top 7. So your championship 4 are in the top 7.
My guy's coming, boys. P17 from 29th.
Yeah.
So what would you be telling Bubba right now? Obviously, you
Just
don't
keep
have all the
passing
facts,
people. It's just really what our pace is versus the guys we're racing, or the guys that we're trying to race with, top 10 probably.
I mean, you guys probably have one of the best. You, Booty, and Bubba have one of the best dynamic radio. Like
Yeah.
Blaney's up there and James Small,
Sure.
but
Yeah.
I forget a couple weeks ago when you and Bubba were giving Booty a hard time.
Yeah.
Like you guys are good about keeping it loose.
We try, and then like even when I mean they're all getting mad. I mean it's hot in there. Sometimes you're not having a good day, and Bubba. I think it was the first Bristol race when we had all those tire problems. We were getting a flat right before the end of the stage, so I was talking a lot, trying to just paint the picture of just keep kind of creep around here, get to the end of the stage, do this, and Bubba finally snapped, and he's like, "Shut the F up!" And I was like, "Roger, shut the F up!" And he's like, "I laughed for 3 laps after you did that," because he's like, "That's just the perfect response."
Tips.
Yes.
C Chop 2 said chicken cutlets, fancy name for boneless wings.
No,
No.
not even close.
No. So chicken breasts.
There was a place. Where is it? Ghostface, the pizza place. It's not far from here. I don't know. I ordered chicken tenders one night there. Like I was like, I don't know, we're getting chicken tenders, and they were chicken cutlets. Like they were this big. I was like, wait a minute. Like,
Have you been to Crafty Burger?
no,
They
they named it after me, but I haven't.
their chicken tenders are more like cutlets too.
Yeah, like
fried.
flat.
Yeah, they're really good. It's right next to where I live, so I frequent there a lot.
Do you have a go-to pizza place around here?
That one.
That one,
Yeah, it's not the
You're
same.
never gonna get
No. There's a place in Concord that's really good, Rosario's.
Okay.
That's I shouldn't say I haven't been in a long time because we used to live over there. Now obviously over here, that was Dillner's place. Dillner like lived there, but that was the closest like traditional back home pizzeria. Like they had like the dinners and heroes and everything else, but the pizza was really good there.
Yeah.
But I hate to give him a plug because Dillner, if he's watching, he probably just got really excited. I was going to say something else, but
I caught
I caught myself. I'm
timing is not up for that.
Yeah, we're going to have to go
It's hour two.
quite a long ways.
Yeah, we'll be right back. So we can come up very quickly.
Travis just ran away. I don't understand.
The show is now just Tim's and me.
I told you, Bubba Rex was going to get up and leave. Yeah, thanks, guys. Appreciate you having me.
Travis, one of our Dirty Modo bets, drivers to not complete 156 laps or whatever the lap count is.
It was 1.5
there.
Yeah.
Ty gives out.
You guys did a really good job on the Thursday night game.
Disaster. Absolute disaster.
That was 0-4? Oh.
Well, the only one was Andrew Curlin, who doesn't watch a lick of football.
He just
ChatGPT's the results. And then me and Dalton, we were like against Dale. He doesn't know yet, probably does now that we didn't like his bet, so he took the opposite, and that was the only one in on that one. So,
But what about the Dirty Modo parlay?
Yeah, Tim's. What about it?
so I'm on a bad streak with any like I lost everything. So I had Indiana minus 6.5. They were giving me shit for it, and they didn't even win by 6.5. So
Did you get the Bubba bet in before they took it off the board?
no.
So the bet was Bubba top 10, and then that same book offered over under finishing position 14.5. So Tim was going to take the over 14.5 and the top 10, so long as Bubba didn't finish 11, 12. Yeah.
I've seen you do that a couple times, right? I remember Austin
It's
Dillon.
worked every time.
It's worked every time, but I love a sweat.
Sweat bet.
I did that last night. FSU team total 8 points. Sweat bet did not pay off.
That was I don't know what the hell's going on with Notre Dame, but I'm looking forward to going there. Hopefully, this of course will be the week they blow it.
They've had really good.
How did you become a Notre Dame fan?
Really, my grandfather was a Notre Dame fan, and there's really
The only thing on TV growing up.
Yeah, like there's no real college football teams up. Like I'm from Long Island. I mean, you could cheer for maybe Syracuse, and then like St. John's basketball would be the only ones that I really like would watch that I even considered local.
Yeah, growing up, you would have had what? Notre Dame, Ohio State, Michigan, maybe.
Yeah, like Notre, and like my family's all Irish, so then my grandfather was a really big Irish fan.
Yeah.
And then they were on TV every Saturday, so it just kind of I would sit there and watch with him a lot, and just kind of. And I've really just football. Like I said, I'm not really into college sports. Like I'll get like gambling wise, the tournament obviously make about 4,000 bets, but I'm really more just into football and really just Notre Dame football. If they're no good, then I'll pretty much just watch the NFL stuff.
Yeah.
Which I never know. Like Notre Dame, obviously they don't have the strongest schedule.
They usually do, though.
Well, it's not. Yeah, like this year. Yeah, they basically make their own, do whatever they want. So they always usually make the playoff, and then they just get rounded by somebody when they get there. But
Back when they played Michigan State, USC, like people always would say they didn't play anybody. I'm like, no, played really tough schedule usually.
Yeah, that's the game I'm worried about this year is USC because they're like just good enough to hang around and be a problem for us.
Well, no, it's that you guys aren't good enough.
Yeah.
I mean, you have Riley Leonard.
Yeah. Hey, just whatever. Let's keep steamrolling people that I'm not expecting them to beat. I mean, I'm expecting them to beat them, but I feel like they usually don't put up 50.
Blaney trying to pass Reddick here.
He's been trying out
His
for
radio
30 laps.
Volatile.
Yeah, but he's racing against playoff drivers, so like
I don't know what the hell Bubba is saying there, but I see bye boss, bye boss. Did he just pass Benny?
No, Benny's 8.
There's no telling what
Usually
he's talking
the
about.
transcription is usually pretty accurate, but it's not always.
I wonder who he's paying. Who
Reading
he's
this with no, can you tell which one's Bubba? Obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're like that's definitely.
Let's see if he passed somebody in the last. He's 16th now.
You got to remember, the transcript's a little ahead of
Yeah.
the actual race.
I think he just passed Nemechek, so maybe that was the last person I saw him pass. Anyway. Oh, ooh.
That's too bad. Blaine Reddick better be careful.
Old Marty's hanging with Logano.
He's 16th.
It is weird when you get a non-playoff driver winning the race. Last night was so they're like, let's go to Riley Herbst.
Yeah, when they actually win, you're like, I mean, that used to happen. That like back in the old format, that used to happen all the time. Like I felt like a Roush cars dominated Homestead, but never won a championship. Like a different one would win every year, and you're like, oh, okay, well,
Caution.
thanks. That's the stage of that.
I like it though that we're seeing non-playoff drivers winning and like not just like making it easy.
And a lot of people, people were like, "Oh, they let them cheat." And I'm sure, like they're not really cheat, but there's stuff that's getting through. But they got to remember, the other drivers also are not racing them to death today. Like
I feel like it comes down to Denny always talks about like, does a driver owe you one? And it's like, drivers like, listen, this driver's been good to me all season. I'm not going to be a dick here. I'm going to race him nice. Or this driver is racing me tough. So guess what?
I'll give us $20.
Yeah,
per person.
If Tyler wins a championship, will MJ pull out of NASCAR as a big F you to NASCAR? We can't answer that.
So
I just hope we run good at Phoenix. I think that's quite unlikely.
That's not an official statement.
yeah.
You can hear unlikely.
I do not want this podcast being up in court.
Well, yeah, on the DBC live stream.
On the DBC live stream, Freddie said MJ is going to do this.
But thank you for that donation.
Yeah, my goodness.
If you have
we're getting paid to do this.
if you have another question, LA 1979, ask another.
My Venmo's in the comments if you just want to send it.
Also, if you're single, like around Tim's age, let him know too.
Or if you're that bartender at the Children's Vineyards. She was a Silver Fox girl. Yeah.
Silver Fox.
She told me if she was 10 years younger, she would. And I didn't know. I was like, I've had too many.
What? You thought you were serious about Silver Fox. So what kind of age bracket are we looking at?
She looked good, like 55 maybe.
Okay, Tim.
I mean,
Hey, each their own, buddy. Did the Vikings win this game or no?
Yeah, they won. Did not cover 12 stuff.
Somebody's not happy that you're not drinking it.
Me? Once I get this, I am drinking a concoction called Liquid IV. And once this is down, I will switch over to
I always take a Liquid IV before bed. And then a Goodies hangover in the morning.
I was so...
Now, to his defense, his bedtime was 7 a.m.
I was so screwed up this morning. Like my poor dog, like my dog eats at like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. So like we got home and fed the dog for his breakfast. So then I just fell asleep. I don't even know. I woke up probably like 10:30, 11 o'clock. And he was like, all right, time to eat, right? Like because when we wake up, we feed him. And it's like, nah, you already got your breakfast, buddy. So he's all screwed up. Everybody's screwed up. Bill's covered. That's what better boys do this. Oh, I wonder. So I had a bet that was whatever. What week is it? Football?
8.
I think 10. It's 9 or 10. I think.
Well,
I thought it was 11.
Indiana's 10-0, so it's got to be 8 or 9 for NFL.
Yeah, you're right. I think it's 9 because I think the Chiefs were 9-0. Whatever it was undefeated, and it lost last week for the first time. It was Ray Davis, the backup running back for the Bills, over rushing yards. It won every week. And last week he lost for the first time by half a yard.
You know that we gamble, and you're just.
Well, I mean, like when I get like something like that, I'm afraid to share it.
I have to feed him too. If I'm on a hot streak, I don't want to share it.
Yeah, like it's like you tell everybody. If I tell you guys it's undefeated and lose the first week, you're like, all right, yeah, whatever.
Yes.
Let's see. It was 21.5 today. And no, 6 yards rushing.
Somebody sent me a bad beat last week, the Dolphins game, where I think Jalen Waddle had like a 40-yard reverse, like he just ran backwards and got tackled, and Tua's passing number went like to lose it because of that. Now that sucks.
I had a like a 6-leg parlay, like one of like the Thursday night or Sunday night game. If I'm sitting there watching it, I'll put like some crazy. I'll put some player props in, and then I'll put like a 6-leg parlay, and they were all like really low. Like it was like 1 catch for Hardman, and one of them was a half a rushing yard for Xavier Worthy, and I was like,
Oh, Danny gained spots on pit road.
hey, like I don't -4 there. That's tough. But what the hell?
He got like I think I was on that bet too, because he had like a negative 10-yard rush.
Yes.
And never gave
Yeah.
Like, we're not doing
They
this.
were like an end around, and he lost 10 yards. I was like, well, this one's over with. Like, I know he only gets like 1 carry a game. Like, I just need a half a yard out of you.
That play didn't work.
That's the end of that. We're not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
That'd be big to see that good stuff.
Is there? Yeah.
This is just a delay to the.
Yeah. Just
That's good. You can go back and look.
yeah.
All right,
Oh,
so
11-6. That's a slow stop.
I'm on Ghostface's account to get order some pizza right now. What should I get?
I don't. I usually just get like a pepperoni. I'm pretty easy.
Yeah. Is Phoenix usually like? Can you do 2 tires? It's a detriment, or is it kind of like
Not for a long run.
no?
You would definitely see it if there was like maybe a caution mid stage. That'd be more likely. But yeah, especially with the playoff guys. I mean, you saw. I guess last night I didn't see him. I figured when I seen the 21 cycle of late, he must have did 2 tires.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the restart didn't go well for him because I saw he dropped to like 8th or 9th or something like that.
Yeah.
It's so funny to read some of this stuff. Like you don't realize when you're saying it, it doesn't sound like go, whoa.
It's like Bill Burr has his comedy sketch where he's like in court and reading a transcript back, and it's like, well, that's not how it was said.
yeah. When he said, well, no. I love that guy. Man. We almost went. He was playing down here the week of the All-Star race. He was in like Winston, and I was like, man, I'd really like to go. But we ended up. I think we ended up going to a Ranger playoff game that weekend.
Y'all want anything else other than pizza? I'm ordering food.
No.
That's what we did.
Anything else from Ghostface we should get? Mike Davis fan.
Mike David, what everything.
Oh, then actually,
get the chicken things, and you'll see. I'm telling you, they're like
What are they?
They're chicken tenders. I think they are, or some chicken fingers, whatever. They're as long as they're the same as we got the other day. It looks like a chicken cup. I was like, this is not a chicken tender.
Chicken tenders.
Yeah,
What sauce do you want? Should we do Cajun dry rub?
whatever.
What sauces should we get?
yeah.
Garlic Parmesan? What do you want?
Well, they got buffalo.
They got buffalo sauce. Do that.
Yeah, that's good for my stomach.
There we go.
It's a good combination.
I've never had this place before.
Not me.
It's pretty good.
Oh, I see. I think they had trouble on
Hanging it right front.
yeah, right front.
See, chaps, I get the chicken cutlets.
Get the chicken.
He's
cup.
officially our troll, and I love it. So speaking of pizza, since I'm hoping that he's still listening, have you ever had pizza from Connecticut?
Like New Haven.
Yes.
Yeah,
Is it like the best?
yeah, it's really good.
Thank
It
you.
is. Who was that? Is that your buddy there?
But yeah, my buddy.
It's like the same thing. Like you gotta. That's the kind of pizza you gotta like. You know what I mean? Like I could easily see people not liking it. I wasn't paying attention to that. Yeah. That line was like 6.5, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was a pretty big line.
Get to the point of the year in football where like these big spreads are not going to come.
Yeah, like anytime I see more than a touchdown or even close to a touchdown in NFL, it's like, ugh.
Yeah. Like Mac Jones was starting for the Jaguars and they couldn't score more than 12 points. So I mean, I thought that was a lot.
Wait, the pace car crashed?
What happened?
I don't know if this person's joking or not, but person said the pace car crashed.
I missed it. Maybe it'll pop up over here. Or there at the track. Is there a different face bar out there?
I don't know.
Oh. What the hell?
Oh, it hit the
No freaking way.
Pulled a Kyle Larson.
Oh!
Wait,
Did Chase dump it?
Chase dumped it out?
You can't hit the pace car.
Who's driving the pace car?
I don't know who the pace car driver. It used to be
Yeah,
Kid.
kid. Yeah.
Kid's back. They got damage.
He's pissed.
He's going to get him. You're right.
It's
And just retaliate.
Do we have radio for the pace car?
Oh my god! Good bonus.
The pace car turned off too late.
Holy shit! I don't think we're going green.
Let me see if I can get
The
Chase.
pace car turned off way too late. Smoked the barrel. Oh.
There's a switch down the back.
That was spectacular. Yeah, I wondered where it was headed. Chase's radio said, I think they're going to red flag it here.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, I have to replace the.
oh, here we go. Oh shit!
He forgot,
Chase-
he forgot to get off.
Locked him up too.
It's tricky because you pull off a half a lap earlier than you. Oh,
Oh my god! You missed it so bad.
You know, normally you pull off a 4. Here you're getting off a 2. I can see it getting lost, but whew.
Yeah, I think we do have one idiot there.
Oh, that's gonna be hard to beat.
It's like maybe the one.
It's laughing at you.
Oh no! This guy's over here like
I wouldn't get out. I would not get out.
he's like I got spaghetti if you guys want.
Yeah, fix it up. It's probably the worst race to have.
Oh, there's nobody watching. This guy.
Yeah.
Just three
Just the
idiots.
championship
Just 3 idiots live talking trash. about
Chase's audio, yeah, tell John. He's on DVP. He's got 6 minutes.
I don't know who drives the pace car. I gotta find that out.
I'll tell you who does.
I'm sure someone's spotting.
That guy.
You have to Robert
Oh.
put him on
He
DVP.
turned dead left.
I think that was an illegal. That's a penalty.
I wanna-
Yeah,
Yeah.
pavement line violation. This is awful. This is terrible. What the hell are we doing here?
I want to hear NASCAR's radio. That one's probably not too.
Oh, that was epic.
Exciting race so far.
Yeah, who knew? Who knew the wreck? Was
Yeah,
gonna-
NASCAR, we're going to red flag you to replace the barrels.
Oh, what an idiot! What?
Forklifts are coming their way.
Oh, it's a disaster when that happens. Oh man!
I want to hear Lee Diffie's call.
Oh my god. Race manipulation by the pace car.
That's not funny. That's not.
Yeah, allegedly.
Too soon.
Oh man.
Oh, Ohio State jumps to number 2.
In a poll that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we got a ticker that we're looking at.
Sorry, I'm reading.
No, you're good. It really doesn't matter, though, for I think.
Yeah.
Because we just went out and you're good.
Miami still can win the ACC, I assume.
Yeah, and the easy, but now they're basically one bid league.
Yeah.
Big 12's probably one bid league too. Though if BYU were to lose to Colorado, they might get in.
Oh, here we go. This is Spotter asking if he's doing everything okay. Bubba will more than likely talk trash about me. Bubba's not even answering him. It's like, get lost. I'm already done talking to you, pal.
I'm just a red float. I thought Joel had a funny tweet after before the penalties came out. It was, "Is Brett working this weekend? I need to know." For Austin Dillon, I guess. That's gotta suck. Oh, they got a backup pace car. Or that's the same guy.
Yeah, they always have backup.
Yeah, there's a backup. There's 2 to begin the race.
Mm.
And then there's the forklift.
There.
Oh, that'll buff out.
Or you sell it to some fan.
Oh yeah, that's a collector's item now.
Is he still driving it?
Do they give the pace car to the championship driver or anything like that?
No,
I never did anything.
Bubba did say he was doing good. I didn't realize it was all in the same. At the end there, he said, "No, all good. Trust me, he'll be happy to let you know when you're not doing anything."
Yeah, just
Wonder if that was a lease.
still early.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Bubba to make a funny joke about you on the radio.
Oh, I'm sure it's coming. They probably did in the beginning when I wasn't paying attention. Thank goodness. Paul Wolf,
I would love to see.
master strategist. Big ball.
Wait, Matt, we were talking about the fuel saving call.
Well, I mean, it's a lot more than that. It's weekly. They do, they are awful at times, and then all of a sudden you're like, what? How the hell are they in the top 10?
Okay, that's fair. We got into that on 30 Modo, and I don't think that call they kind of had to.
Oh yeah, that one was, that was. I mean, say a Hail Mary, or whatever. That was something they had to try to do. But they're just able to maximize their days. It seems like more so than others.
He's got a very good sense of maybe when that wreck or that
Yeah.
caution to come out at this time, and I think he pulled the trigger on.
To be
Should we get some
interesting.
closed captioning on this?
Why?
Why you want to know what everybody's saying?
I just thought. I don't know how to get it.
Let's not even watch the race. Put another football game on. I've seen enough races this year. Now we're on a sleep timer.
This is gonna turn
Sorry, we're going to leave Travis shut the television off.
I got 3 more. There, wait. Where'd it go?
Oh, the Jets are starting. That's my next game.
Me too. You know, the Jets.
Oh, yep. 0-2 so far, boys. Commanders lost. So that's a loss.
I have a bet with a buddy of mine.
Are you good now?
Hey,
you go.
way to go. B-Rad, Brad Little, used to be a motorhome driver. He's a Steelers fan. Guy's a diehard Steelers fan. And I don't think he likes Tomlin. So every year I'm like, how can you not like Tomlin? I never had a losing season. So now we have a bet this year that they're going to have a losing season. And now they're, 7-2?
Yeah.
I'm looking okay on that one.
Yeah.
Somebody wants to know if we got a total on Professor's dinner in Phoenix.
They have a bet.
So him and Latar had a bet. Latar said Bowman would win a race. Professor said no, they put dinner on Phoenix. We don't know the total. We got many photos of jumbo shrimp and
Where'd they go? Do you know where they went?
don't know.
No, no,
Somewhere in Scottsdale. Right?
Yeah. Somewhere where it was.
There was a wine menu. There's a wine menu with more than I would pay. Multiple digits.
Yeah.
I saw an espresso martini at one point. Apparently, Latar ordered dessert before dinner.
Sounds like, what the hell? Kush roll? I'm looking at the Bubba's radio again. I don't know what the hell that is. I'm assuming that's not exactly translated properly. Not exactly.
Let's see what it really said.
What he really said.
Roll.
Caution car. Caution car. Good car.
Hey, too.
Let's go check.
Caution car. That's what we should do. Is that all day is just criticize everything TJ does. Like,
yeah,
TJ Bell.
TJ's
TJ Majors would need to be even better. Like last week, that whole deal's going on with the Chevys lined up behind the 24, and did you hear that video of him spotting? And he doesn't even know what's going on. He's mad at the 77 for racing him when he's 2 laps down. I'm like, you idiot! Like,
no idea.
like just oblivious to what's going on in front of him.
Just start texting TJ. You're replacing it right now. Bad call.
Oh man, what were you thinking right there?
Wasn't clear.
You screwed the shoes up. Why did you do that?
I would have done inside.
Oh boy.
Where's Booty watching it from?
Probably the war room. Yeah, airspeed. I would assume.
I was really hoping you misspoke there.
I will. Trust me.
I was hoping that maybe
Never
Moody
say.
was screw it. I'm just going to be in my little whiskey bourbon room.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he had that option. He was another one though that really wasn't too upset about not appealing. Because then if we did appeal, we were going to have to fly out there and then fly back the next day when we lost. So
His liquor collection,
that's pretty impressive.
it's a good one.
Is that the wrecked one? No,
I think
it's
a good one.
I did see a video they made him split. The driver still got in that one, so he kicked,
Oh.
he kicked the back of the guy.
I got to wreck this other one. Hang on.
Now you got to stay with your wrecked car.
Who? I wonder who the control car was there. I assume it must have been Elliott. The top
I think
usually
she was-
prevails,
Which would make
especially Logano should gain. He might be able to get outside of Blaney. Oh, Reddick through the middle. Oh, Reddick. Tight.
Ooh, Blaney up there. Joey's just
and
sitting
Seatbelt's on a mission.
Yeah.
I've never seen him that vocal.
I was surprised at some of the comments he made this week. I mean, he was. First, I was really surprised at his tweet. What was that, Monday? Where he said a couple guys looking for a bow tie or something like that. That was unexpected, to say the least. Hope Truex trying to get outside Logano. He's there. Tough to call him. And then I was in like the black hole of cell service yesterday between Caraway and Dirt Track, and I saw that clip when I got home this morning of his comments in whatever that media availability was. I was like, ooh, he did not hold back.
How'd you like yesterday going up to the track?
Man, it was fun, and that's what I do. Like, Rick gives me crap all the time about it because, and I do less of it now than I would. But like when the season ended today, in years past, next week I would have went to Riverhead to do a modified race. The following week or Thanksgiving, I would have went to Jersey to do a modified race. Then the Snowball Derby in Pensacola was the first week of December, so I would be racing up until like the second week of December, basically. And now I've kind of just stopped.
Too long of a season.
Yeah.
Like it's, like especially with the lack of off weeks we're getting. Like this year was nice with the double, but then now you like it just. I'm going. I always go to the Thanksgiving race just mainly because I'm going home anyway for Thanksgiving. So I'm in Long Island for Thanksgiving, and then I'll go to Jersey for that race, and then we'll come back. But yeah, we got trips to Vegas and some other places coming up. So I can't wait. We're going to St. Thomas with Duggar on Christmas.
Oh, nice. That's
That'll be
a lot of fun.
I want to see
Speaking
him.
of waking, going to bed at 6 a.m.
I want to see him in a Santa suit when we get on the plane. Or else I'm gonna be disappointed.
Henry wants to know if Bell wins his Toyota Make Him a Trophy. Like treat him like UCF.
He's the champ.
Yeah. Yeah, it seemed like going back to Bell's comments, like normally as the week kind of goes on, the days pass, you kind of cool off. I feel like he escalated. He's like, I'm still pissed.
Yeah. And it's hard to disagree with him. That's why I didn't understand. Like when Gluck was on the show last week, I get it. Like you don't have to be happy with what happened for either side, but whatever you think might have happened to 23, he lost one spot. They saved him. They saved Byron
4
multiple
5.
He was
spots.
dropping heavy.
Yeah, he was going to lose 4 to 5 spots.
Yeah.
And that would have made anything that happened with us not matter whatsoever.
I'm curious, had Bell not hit the wall, does NASCAR make any of these suspensions? Because I think it became an uproar once that.
I think that they would definitely. I think we would still all probably be suspended. But I don't know what they would have done is who would they have put in? Like would they have just left Bell in?
Well, I'm saying if he wouldn't have hit the wall, then he would have got the spot, so he would have been in.
Yeah, but they also can say, if they're saying everybody manipulated it, that he made it easy on them by hitting the wall, where they can say, "Oh, that's a cut dry rule." Redding is going the wrong way here, buddy. He kind of made it to where they can just say, "That's the rule. He's disqualified, or he's set down to the last one of that lap," and then we'll discuss the other stuff later. Like if they had to discuss that stuff that night, we might still be waiting for them to figure it out.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, Bell or Byron wouldn't got punished for the race manipulation because nowhere did they do anything. So if he didn't hit the wall, he would have been in.
Yeah, but when Truex, the year that the whole scandal was in 2013,
Yeah.
Truex didn't do anything wrong. They kicked him out.
Yeah, but he was affiliated with the team that did do something wrong. That's the difference, I think. Whereas there's no radio
There's
confirmation.
Bubba. Still coming.
Where's he at?
He's like 11th, I think.
He was like 14th on the restart, I think.
I think Tyler's 10th. He's right behind Tyler.
Yeah.
I'll tell you he's not passing.
But yeah, we'll just settle in here, bud.
I don't need a spot to tell me that.
All right, good work. You there?
Hey, they're talking about you.
That is crazy that the 3 or 4 spotters from Chiefs all suspended.
Well, I mean, I've been cup spotting for, I don't know, 12 years now, something like that, 10, 12 years. And I've never heard of a spotter getting suspended except for like maybe if somebody failed a drug test or something like that. Banesh somehow got suspended for on-track stuff twice in 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's impressive. And the funny thing is he's the nicest guy up there, like the least controversial person up there. Like, and he ends up just.
Yeah, but you
His
can't
videos are very incriminating.
Yeah.
say retcon.
Yeah. That's tough. That's a tough look.
Somebody had a funny tweet. It was like a video of Jimmy and Drewski walking out of like a fake jail. And it's like Bernie Banesh when he comes back at Daytona, and it's like, I'm tapping up all the
Yeah, I saw that. Oh, Blaney
P3.
leading the charge now.
Chase is probably gonna sit there when he gets closer. I don't know. Stage 2 is one place to go.
Yeah. There's still 100 laps to go on the stage.
Yeah.
Practice. It was interesting to see practice because I thought Blaney was good, and then he wasn't. I should say I thought he was pretty average. And then the second set of tires they put on, he took off.
He was fastest in like 10 lap averages.
Yeah.
All of them. Yeah.
That was the second. That was after the second set he put on.
Yeah.
Because he was the first time I turned it on, he was like around 20th, 25th, and I was like, ooh, I didn't expect that. And then he come in, put tires on, went straight to the top of the board, and then was killed all the averages.
This is the one thing about this one race decide it all is like Penske on these types of tracks this year are lights out. Central Gateway, Iowa, like they're.
That's another thing that I can't stand it.
Yeah.
Like you have the when you have a 3-race format, there's going to be a track you're good at. There might be a track you're not so good at. Like
even though Blaney probably would be in the best position coming in if say it was Homestead,
if
Martinsville,
it was the 3 of them,
but still, like at least there's 3 totally different types of tracks that you can.
Yeah, if you're great at all 3 of them, by all means.
Yeah.
But, like I feel like I don't think Tyler would have this in his top 10 favorite tracks.
Yeah.
And now this is where you're going to end all be all championship race.
And then I do see the argument if it's back to Homestead. It's
It's just
They'll
him.
just win 5 championships. Like, but I keep seeing the full season old school championship standings. Chase, I hate that.
It's apples to oranges because you're not racing under that format.
No.
You would race completely differently if you were racing under that format.
And Chase has had a really good, consistent season, but he hasn't led a ton of laps. He's not been up front. He's got one win. I don't necessarily agree with that at all.
It's starting to I think the 3 race at the end is what I would want the most. But I like the playoff format. I don't want one long season like it's English Premier League.
Yeah, I almost thought about it the other day, and I don't. It probably wouldn't work. But if the complaint is, you're not getting, you're going to want these playoffs. You're going to want the cutoff races in the playoffs because it builds kind of excitement. But like if you just want to have the best if you want to have the hybrid. Run a season-long points, and then when you get to the last race, take the top 4 points, and those are the guys flat stop. 30 laps in.
Oh my god,
That's they're just trying something.
I thought it was Bill.
I thought it was both. It's also like this format definitely made Martinsville better.
Oh,
like that all happened because
and that's what people are like. We got to get away from this track. I'm like, this is exactly what they want.
Yeah.
They're never going to leave this place.
And I don't mind.
No,
I don't.
I'll find it.
It made it entertaining.
All right, Tim's active odds to win championship. Blaney 110, Logano 240, Byron 250, Reddick 750.
Yeah, so I mean Reddick really hasn't shown much like today that shows me that I would put that, but 750. That's the longest he's been all weekend.
Yeah.
Of odds. So that's not terrible to take a shot. Blaney's obviously the heavy favorite. Logano, Byron haven't moved. I don't know. It's
Too early?
Yeah, it's too early. They're third, fourth, and fifth. I mean, that's going to come down to a pit stop. You know.
Obviously, we can't bet on NASCAR, but
Yeah.
some of my buddies, I think I might even talk to you about this. Like they just say some of the live betting odds are just wild at times.
Yeah. There's a couple. I mean, that's why I like bet the winners mostly.
Yeah.
I try to maybe find something I like, but if it's under like 10-1 odds to win, I don't touch it because they'll either practice shitty or qualify shitty, and that would go right up. Still need one more car to drop off in the next 50 laps here.
How often?
What is it? Out, two guys out.
Two guys out,
Before-
plus 165.
I would like it because.
But it was what, lap 150?
It was like halfway through. Yeah, was it 312s? Probably.
It was
156.
lap 156.
Yeah.
You know, like the one you'd be looking for that would be like the Jet Burton car, or
Does the pace car count?
just the pace car. You should call somebody.
Yeah.
At what point do you look at cashing out winners during the race?
If it's like a real long shot, I look as soon as I get like almost double.
Yeah.
If he's like a lot of times if they're running third or fourth, they'll give you a nice little option. But for a guy like Blaney, I have to win. He's like plus 250 or something like that. I'll let it ride.
Yeah.
Until it gets to the end and you kind of can see him, maybe not gonna hit. But now I'm kind of thinking about live bet to Bell, but his odds are probably
Yeah.
to the wayside now.
If you're Reddick, they got, I don't know what, because I'm not an expert or anything like that, but they got to make some changes to the car.
Yeah, it's hard. There's not really a lot you can do in race. I mean, you could, wedge and subtract more stuff, but like
You're at the dance with your partner.
Not track bar stuff, but wedge and just basically in race pit stop with tire pressure. What they're going to end up having to do is some kind of, they'll probably have to get off sequence strategy wise, or try to short pit and gain a tire advantage early in the run, or like one or the other. Like if they see people coming early, they'll run long, or if they see if there's an opportunity to short pit and
Homestead.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that was
different,
that
but
was, and you got lucky, but yeah, it was definitely interesting.
They did nail Church's paint scheme though.
Yeah, I like the the one little thing is obviously, the stripes can't exact, so they just moved it in the wheel well.
Yeah. Very nice. What we got on this top of
Where's he
TV here, Trev? Soap opera?
What the hell are you guys watching?
oh, the game's off.
What's on Fox?
All you gotta do is ask, like, hey, can we
I
update
mean,
instead of
What channel is the Jets game on TV
Jets.
right now?
on CBS?
go down 7-0. Yeah, CBS.
That's uh-oh.
Too many streams.
Somebody's got your account.
I feel like
Kick them off.
Give the boot.
I don't know why, because we had
Fox was on there.
Yeah.
The rookie. Just watched the rookie. Fox was to be announced. It wasn't even the name of that show. Unless that was the name of the show. Seems like a strange name.
To be announced, yeah.
To be announced.
too many streams. We changed the password.
Yeah.
You got some problems on this thing.
Yeah.
I feel like commercials again. This is not a bad time for a commercial. Like people would complain about it, but it's a kind of strung out part of the race. You're getting ready to maybe start seeing pit stops.
It's in every sport problem though. Like college football, it's a Fox is atrocious. Like I think NASCAR takes a lot of heat.
And that's the thing. People like the other night when I was going back and forth with a lot of people about it, and they're like, "You never miss a play in football." I'm like, "Yeah, they have built-in stoppages.
Yeah,
like
it's
every change
impossible.
of possessions. Like I said, you want to do that? You want to throw a caution every 20 laps so we can throw to a commercial? Like,
I get a lot of heat from people on Accidental Detrimental. I was defending NASCAR with how they officiate. I'm like, listen, they missed it, but like, please define a catch or targeting.
Yeah.
Like, the difference is they do have the liberty to review and make the call, but
They don't have an officiating problem. I heard O'Donnell say that the other day. At all.
Freddie talked, not me.
I'm just saying what he said. They don't have an officiating problem at all.
Just like themselves are trying to crash the match.
I will say the delay in some of these, they need to work on their procedurals.
Yeah. Well, the tire rolling down the front stretch or whatever, turn forward, that marks it as well.
It's, and stuff like that is, I think, I try to almost, a lot of times with the cautions, whether it's quick caution or not, that is so circumstantial because it's all about where you're looking. You know what I mean? And I noticed that, like, just as a spotter, like, I might see a wreck start as it's happening, or I might pan to one and as it's happening. And like, I feel like if you see a guy, Blaney going by Chase for a second, if you're in the booth and all of a sudden you just pan and you see a guy sideways, you're quick to hit the button or if you're watching the guy and he gets out of shape and you're kind of watching him get sideways, you're like, okay, is he going to save it? But it's all about kind of where your eyes are.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened with that deal at Martinsville is the race directors watching the two leaders, making sure they're not, jockeying around with each other. And it's really on the turn 3 official or whoever in the booth to be like, hey, there's a tire rolling around over here.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Apparently, YouTube's having way too many commercials. People are saying there's more than the broadcast.
Really?
Yeah.
That's it.
And then
If we get more donations,
Justin Colquitt said how pissed is Brett that he's spotting you on the couch watching.
he's
the race.
probably not happy about it. But he was sending me pictures all week of he was staying at some crazy resort looking place out there that he said he didn't really want to leave. So
What time he gets taping tomorrow?
I don't know. I probably 10:30. I would think just give them guys a little break because they won't be home until I'd say 2:00 tonight. But I don't know. But normally 9:30. We haven't. We put in a group text for them to comment on. We haven't heard back from them. Brett reads that group text maybe once every 3 months. So
Are we gonna get a Christmas special?
yeah, I think so.
It'd be nice if the Regs
yeah.
help fix this.
Yeah.
If the Christmas elf can come out with a championship, that'd be a hell of a party.
I think that him when he showed up was the first time I had those monster beasts, and
Oh,
they taste just like a regular monster.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
dangerous. And they're whatever they are, 6.7% alcohol or something. It's not ideal.
I mean, at his height, you can only have what, 2?
We were at a wind party and some couple guys in the team shotgunned a couple of those things, and that was the last we saw them for that night.
The problem is those are probably easy to actually shotgun just because it's like but then after the fact.
Yeah, it hurts.
So I took some apple pie moonshine to college once, and people are like, I'm not feeling anything. I'm like,
Yeah, give it a minute.
give it time.
I had some apple pie moonshine last night at the dirt track. It was phenomenal.
Oh, it's the best.
It was the smoothest moonshine I think I've ever had. Straight out of Wilkes County.
Made some backwoods.
Oh, I like Marshall.
Bell, Blaney, Elliott, Byron, Logano.
Is the chat saying our commercial line up?
No, we just have
Or
more
we're just all
commercials.
we're opposite?
They're at commercial all the time. We go to commercial, then they come back from our commercial, and then race to the commercial. See, now this seems a little redundant, commercial-wise, but again,
This is the downpour.
you're not missing anything.
Also, NBC's probably like, listen, we want to go as long as we can at the end.
Yeah. I know the other night they came back, and I think it was like 35 to go, and they're like, we're going side by side, and then this is it. Like, we're going to the end from here.
That's what I wish there was a little more of, is side by side.
Yeah.
But I get it. Like, if
Yeah.
I'm paying,
Yeah, you're on full screen.
What I get pissed off at is like it's more of truck series races. I think is their commercials are promoting the sport that we're watching. So it's like, well, I don't really need to see these commercials. I'm
already-
to watch the
already-
race.
I'll tell you what drives me crazy about that truck deal is just the fact that they're not there.
Yes.
It's and it hurts their ability to do their job.
supposedly Joey's having brake issues.
Oh, same as
Joey?
last year.
Which then, if you're Blaney, how concerned are you if a teammate is having issues?
It depends if they're running the same stuff. Sometimes brake stuff could be driver, like what the driver wants on the pedal or something like that, how aggressive a pad they're using. A lot of times if you find something that you think is the best, and then you will put it in all the cars. But there's also different techniques to cooling and stuff like that. So it's not like have an engine problem, and you're like, oh, we broke a rocker. Now, also, so a lot of times you see like a part failure like that, it tends to travel through the whole company. This could be just something more related to car by car basis.
And you would think that Blaney Polly's like, listen, let's just take what we had last year at Phoenix and
Penske's got a good shot to go 3 in a row, all in the next gen.
Yeah, it's wild.
They find a way to just turn it on. Like during the regular season, they're just like,
well, it's just it works. And like it's not luck, but listen, the fact of if you win that race at Las Vegas, it's the third biggest race of the year because you can take 3 weeks to get ready for one race, and that you can't put a number on how valuable that is. So it's like giving somebody a whole season. Telling Ohio State, hey, you're playing.
It's like Michigan at the plates.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like Michigan's going to play all season long. You just sit here and get ready for Michigan.
No, it's like they steal signals and then they win that championship. It makes perfect sense.
You're not even bitter.
Yeah.
Where's the boss?
Listen,
That's great.
Vinny really is the best, isn't he? Listen to Actually Detrimental tomorrow. Let's see what this picker does.
56.
We'll set the record.
Stop.
Chase is on pit road. Byron's on.
No, they're going to set a record because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Here's the pit stops. It won't be long. You'll see them all.
9-6 for Denny.
Oh!
But that's still
That hurts. Yeah, that's going to hurt. That's going to cost him wherever he came in at. He'll be 5 spots behind. And listen, he's been very vocal about Chevrolet this week.
Oh yeah.
You don't.
He had a long stop too.
So that's most likely you're expecting that car to probably sit there another second.
Well, yeah, you're ideally you're trying not to pit with anybody around you, but then you're going to get a window where everybody's going to come the next 2 laps.
Yeah.
So you really kind of stuck. But listen, we talked about last week. You saw whatever you want to think happened at the end of the race. Games being played. There's games being played here. Pit stall selection. Picking around guys to maybe try to do exactly what you saw there. Making their life difficult on pit road, so they lose a little bit of ground. There's a lot that goes into it. I meant to look the other day to see who picked in front of the 19 truck because of that stuff that happened in Martinsville. But it's there's a lot of different things, little things that go on in the race. If you look at the pit stall selections, there's probably Chevys around the Fords and Fords around the Toyotas, whatever you want to.
Blaney lost his pit stall selection too, right?
I don't think they lost it this week
because he failed tech.
Yeah, but I think they still got to pick.
They still give those
the first 4. He might have just maybe he was the last of the 4,
but he's still gonna have an open stall.
Yeah, he's gonna have a good stall. Which I think it was Kim Kuhn. I was listening the other day. She made a really good point about, every race I feel like we've had 36 cars. So there's, the field is 40. So there's 4 open, extra stalls. This week there's 40 cars running. So there's less advantageous stalls to use. It's not going to hurt these guys, but it's going to hurt some of the, some of the other guys where, they qualified decent.
Our food is on the way.
Let's look at this. Perfect. He kind of sees it coming.
Yeah.
But when they get close to the pit stop, is that you spot
crew chief? It's car by car. Majority of the time, for me, it would be the crew chief. I will also, if we're coming down pit road, I'll talk on pit road all the way to 10 away.
Okay.
And then 10 away, I turn it over to the crew chief. A lot of times we'll be looking and say, you're coming around the 7, there's a stall between you and him, whatever. I'll be giving Bubba updates as he's rolling down pit road where they're at. Like 7's in the box. 7's right side's up, right side down, left side up. Now he knows left side up is you're a second or 2 away from him taking off.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of once I turn over 10 away, it'll be on Booty or the crew chief to call him all the way in.
That's interesting. He's on awesome.
Yeah, he's behind Denny. Who Denny bid
I
for?
find that fascinating. Denny said that a lot of times when he's told to go, it's on the gas man. He'll nod.
Yeah.
It's not a verbal. Then he's just looking in the mirror, and when his gas guy nods his head, he goes because
they drop the vaccine.
Fraction of a
because
second.
that second that Gaypart would say go.
Yeah, that's a lot of times. And Bubba will tell Pack, our gas man, like, make sure you're not, big nod so I can see it. But yeah, it's really just to save a damn hundredth of a second of Booty see it, and Booty tell Bubba, like, if Booty always say it, but Bubba should be, you're keyed off the gas man.
That's one thing that with how the sports go and with the cars being more the same, the importance of the pit crew is just fascinating to see, like, how razor thin the margin of error is.
It's so, and the pit stops are so fast now that it's insane.
I mean, sub 9.
Yeah, you
9.9 is crazy.
Yeah, that's green flag stuff.
Yeah.
What did 77 like an 8.2 the other week?
Yeah.
They can
8.9,
change
something like that.
4 tires and got up faster than Usain Bolt can ride.
Oh, yeah. I've been a fan for almost my whole life, basically. But like, I remember when it was like 14 was a great.
Yeah.
15.
Yeah,
I like watching the old days.
Yeah.
See those big
swinging the jack around, taking somebody's knees out.
No helmets on pit road, like.
Ooh, Larson ran.
like no wall.
Yeah. The crazy thing is, like, 20 years ago, they didn't have helmets on pit road.
This is where everybody's kind of holding their breath too, because we haven't cycled through.
All right, pizza's coming.
So there's a bunch of guys allowed down right now. Reddick's one of them. So you're just holding your breath, making sure that open yellow doesn't come out.
Reddick was one of the first guys, I think, on pit road too.
Yeah.
So he was probably really unhappy. They want to go early.
Well, I think he's right. Maybe Larson was the last one. I don't know. Or Larson just pit.
Okay.
He might have been the last of the top 10 guys. There's still, you see whatever they're Bowman, Stenhouse, Gilman have a pit. But they're probably not running as well, so they don't have as many guys tracked to that pit.
Yeah.
Where's old Bubba Dub at? Jimmy Johnson.
I forget these guys sometimes.
It's pretty easy to forget sometimes. 13th. Oh, we've still got 2 to pit, so that makes sense. Here's my boy Kraus in the way.
Oh, he's in the 16 this week.
Yeah. Good kid. Love to give him shit on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So Byron's going to work. Bernardo lost, 3 spots? What's Henrik Pitts?
He lost a lot of time.
Yeah, because now he's 4 seconds behind Byron, where I felt like they were close together.
Yeah, he was ahead of Byron for sure.
Was he ahead? Yeah, so that's a big loss.
Yeah.
Especially in a place like this where it's hard to pass.
I do feel like compared to the spring, they're passing a lot better.
Yeah.
A lot more.
There's Bell. Angry Bell. 28-27. Commanders game. 12-7 baseball.
Jets. Ken Schrader kicked the field goal, I think, for the Jets. Someone named Schrader kicked it.
Ken Schrader.
Ken Schrader kicked the field goal.
Oh, Kenny Schrader. That'll be it. That show will be something else. Schrader and
Herman Schrader.
and Herm. Them guys, they've got stories for days. But I wonder how many they're willing to tell.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think their first episode drops this week.
Yeah, it's the 13th or something like that.
Yeah. Very entertaining.
It'll easily be top 5 podcasts. Very well.
Yeah, top 5 for sure. Yeah, this is such the low part of the race. They're always trying to get to the end of stage 2.
Because you can't really make big adjustments on a green flag stop. So now you're just, all right, you kind of got what you got for this run. What do you need for the next one? At the stage break, you can make a little bigger swing at it.
So you're really just changing air pressures at that point.
Pretty much. I mean, especially on a green flag stop, you'll hear crew chiefs a lot of times say, I don't want to put a wrench in it. That just means, they don't want to adjust wedge. See, it just takes time from the stop. Like you saw, like, you're 3/10 slower on the stop, it's going to equate to a position at least.
Yeah.
Some, depending on, especially a green flag stop. I'm sorry, a yellow flag stop. So, it's just you're doing all you can to just do it with air pressure where you're not having to slow the pit stop down. But at some point, sometimes you don't have a choice. You're going to have to bite the bullet and make a big adjustment.
Yeah. So if Reddick's, I think Bob Parker's tweeted that he's a little free. Like if he wants that adjustment, is he like end of stage 2 is the last?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, unless you get the last one that's known, there's gonna be another one. You might get caution.
Yeah.
But yeah, the last one. This is when you got to make a big swing at it.
Did I miss anything good?
Yeah, they were racing out there. The pace car smoked them out.
Pace car started doing laps.
These are like cutlets, dude. I'm telling you, those are the biggest chicken fingers on the planet. Or chicken tenders, whatever you want to call it.
Oh yeah. Ooh, baby. That's good.
I wouldn't lie to you guys.
I'm starving now.
Now you're starving.
Yeah.
Not hungry an hour ago. Now you're
Was
starving.
not.
No. It's just wrecked.
14 recalls. Yeah, you're right there. Jeez.
The Uber driver or the delivery guy goes, "Hey, 5 stars. If you want to tip some more, go for it."
Is that what he said?
No.
Like, bro.
Now you're getting 2 stars, and I'm taking my tip back.
Yeah.
All right, I'll leave. See you guys later. Have a nice day.
It's fine.
What's Pete's place?
Jeffrey is as Ghostface.
More growing.
I believe so. I've never had it before, but so
It's really good.
I got no complaints. Listen, there's a couple things you trust Freddie on. And pizza's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty. I mean, it's never going to be the same.
It's pretty good.
Not bad.
Too much flop.
Yeah.
It's what somebody said, 7-2. Nah, I mean, I would give this a nice 7-2. That's pretty accurate.
Olsen's Canadian. What the hell you guys drinking here? Somebody brought it, and I'm not going to turn it down. Well, something happened to a pit crew member.
Logano, I think.
Got hurt?
Something like that. It took a little century.
Or they had 2 not great stops. That might just be a in-race change.
I remember last year, one of Denny's guys, like, took something to the face, like chipped a tooth.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Was it Denny's guy or Bell's? Was it Bell's guy? Bell's guy, like, damn near cut his finger off or something, didn't he? Like, I feel like it was somebody on the 20. Could be just completely making that up.
Can you make in-race changes because of the roster?
If there's an injury,
That's a
maybe,
good question.
but you can't. So, because we talked about it, Leclerc
Yeah, we
told
talked
us
about
a
it.
story about,
I know they swapped.
yeah, and you can't make them work with their rosters. What I want is I want to be able to, it really wouldn't work as much, but I wish you could trade pick your numbers.
Trade like
Yeah.
Lee,
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's getting taken somewhere. What got hit in the head? Or,
what's going on here?
let's see, even on the 22 radio. Doubt it. They're probably.
I think Larson was just talking trash about me. They said somebody texted me.
Larson was?
Yeah.
He's racing around Bubba. Dang.
So he said, "You're not even here." And Kyle said, "Inside." Well, I guess Freddie is suspended. So it must have, maybe they came down on him or something like that.
Byron's another driver this year that been good, but never like
I couldn't
Oh
believe.
my gosh.
I couldn't believe. I didn't think about it, and like you're just thinking, he's having this crazy season, and he hadn't won since Martinsville, the first Martinsville.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
I was like, he came out so hot. He won 3 races like in the first 2 months. I felt like, and then that was it. Like they just hit a lull where they're decent, but they just never were the same level of speed.
He usually has a dip in the summer, I feel like. But yeah, I mean, he usually rattles off a few wins. He hasn't won the playoffs, obviously. It's crazy.
Has there ever been a driver to win a championship and not win a race in the playoffs?
I know Kraft won the Truck Series championship.
He won race all year.
Austin Dillon did that Xfinity.
Kansas did it in Cup. That's why we have the playoffs. I don't know.
The 2014 is one of those ones where they just hang around and let mistakes happen in races, and they just find a way to avoid them.
Here's my thing. I don't know if I'd rather him. I think I'd rather like the Logano Blaney route where they kind of struggled beginning part of the year, came on towards the end and won the championship. I don't necessarily know if I like a Byron hadn't won a race since April and win the championship.
It's like you see it like a wild card team getting hot at the right time.
Yeah.
Like
It's like the Giants.
that's right.
Our chips are in.
18-1.
And I'm talking about
Oh,
when they lost to the Ravens, though. But
Yeah.
who was that Tom Coughlin?
I don't know if Tom was a coach then. That was 2000. It might have been Foster.
He's like, my chips are in, and
Yeah.
yeah, Reddick needs something to happen. He needs a wreck, something like that.
That's kind of where that's just where he runs this place.
Let's say the professor, his model had Reddick. I think it's tier 3. They got to update Blaney's mugshot and give him the beard.
Pesky probably requests that they don't do that. They're like the damn Yankees of NASCAR.
I kind of miss the Yankees having those rules. One chain, no facial
Do
hair.
they still have no facial hair? Or I know they have mustaches. Can they have beard?
I feel like did Johnny Damon?
I don't know, Johnny. They made him shave for sure. If they did it, it'd be recently.
And it's George Steinbrenner,
He was good for headlines for sure.
a Buckeye.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
Well, can't all be perfect.
Jeter always gave him crap because he wouldn't wear any of his World Series rings, but he had his Ohio State ring on.
We're definitely hit the lull in the race.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let
we
me
might have
open
to
up the chat and see what
See
we
some
got.
questions.
No, it says the Yankees still have the rule.
Oh,
Kyle says, when I heard the 22 failed tech that many times, I figured his car was fast.
yeah, that's usually a good sign. You hear somebody fail tech, especially championship weekend. That means they took 25 illegal things and got busted for fine.
See, if they made it where your crew chief is tossed, that would be interesting.
But Mike's probably going to cringe if I start talking about this again. But doesn't matter, because he's still calling the race. Like
Well, they allowed you not to call the race.
that's what I'm saying. If they legit tossed him and like put him in a penalty box somewhere where he was supervised and not doing his job,
You have to do a live stream.
you got to do a live stream of Dirty Mo Media when you're suspended to prove that you're not working.
Vince, what do you think about this rule? If a crew chief gets ejected from a race, they have to do a live stream with us.
Oh, I like that.
What's this guy talking about? Unfortunately, I'm married. I think my wife would frown upon the broads. Somebody said, watch party, 3 dudes, warm, greasy pizza, and no broads.
Delicious pizza.
It is, delicious.
Yeah, what else?
Yeah, like my wife, so we got to get, Tim's is bringing the Silver Foxes tomorrow, I think, to swing by the taping.
Apparently, the Cowboys-Eagles game isn't interesting either, so I'm not missing much there.
I need the Eagles to cover +3 in that one.
Somebody was at New Smyrna spotting for the Pro Truck yesterday.
We saw the Baldwins. Luke Baldwin was there running a pro late model, top 5, I believe.
What's your favorite race to go to?
But my favorite race of the year period, probably the Turkey Derby at Wall Stadium, modified racing. It's just a fun weekend. You know, you're there all weekend. I've been doing it. I've been lucky enough to win it probably 8, 10 times. I don't even know how many.
What was that first one like?
It was wild. It was unexpected. It was actually the first year. Jimmy Blewett is a good friend of mine. He was actually on the download I don't know, a few years ago. Right? And we just started working together that year. And that's his home track. I lived probably an hour and a half from there when I was living in New York. And so we went there and just kind of were hoping to run good. And things worked out right. We won the race. And then since then, it's been really a battle between Jimmy and Matt Hirschman, Tony Hirschman's brother. They basically alternated wins for the last few years. So it's just a fun weekend to go up there, hang out. We all go to the same local bar. You run the race, and everybody kind of meets at the bar afterwards and does some.
Are you spotting or do anything? Or are you just there to?
I'll spot the modified race for Jimmy. Now his kids. So we jokingly, I spotted for him. My first full-time spotting gig that I was actually getting paid for was him in a modified on the modified tour. So then we went. You know, we were working together probably, I don't know, 8, 10 years, and we made a joke that like we split up. We were spotting for different people, and especially at the Derby, I was spotting for somebody else, and he had a different spotter, and like he won. It's like it's not the same, you know, winning without you, you know, whatever. Yeah, it's kind of it was a little touchy, but so then we made a deal. We have a lifetime contract, so like I have to go to the Derby every year and spot for him, and so and now I think I have a bad feeling he signed me up because his kid's racing now. So I think my lifetime contract just got extended. Yeah, like it's not his lifetime now; it's going to be the kids too. So,
what's the feeling like when you do win a race and you're up and you're up there and like just trying to get down there to be part? What's that feeling like?
Yeah, so like the one that was really strange was the Talladega win because you know it was raining, so it was like you don't want to leave, but then you're leaving, and then so now. We were on the roof, and I'm very superstitious, like awful superstitious. So I'm like, I'm not leaving. Like I'm staying up here. I'm not going down. I'm like, it's not going to rain. It's not going to rain. You're not allowed. So finally, it got to a point where I'm like, okay, it's definitely going to rain. You know, like it's raining now. So we went to the car, and then they're like, everybody around me is like, I'm just sitting in the car now. I'm not going in. And everybody around me is like, go inside. You guys won this. I'm like, I'm not going in there until this son of a bitch is called. So I waited inside there, and finally Brett rolled up next to me, and he's like, she said, get your ass inside. This thing's over. Sure enough, like as soon as he said that, they actually called it, and I hauled ass in there. And then Kansas, same thing. You're just kind of trying to figure out the best path to get there.
Yeah. What's a superstition that you have?
All of them. You name it, I got
it. Give me one.
So try to avoid green on race day is the biggest one. Green at the racetrack, I should say, not even just race day, just green in general. Sometimes it's harder than others when we have, like, you know, Reddick has monster. So you gotta wear it. So I don't know how I would handle that. That was my dad's biggest one. Green, $50 bills is another one. No $50 bills. And then like the one that's the most irrational. Like some of those are like, okay, whatever, you know. But like I'll be like if we're watching the Mets, we just went on that run. Like if my wife gets up and she's in the kitchen clean the dishes and the Mets have like a 4-run inning, I'm like, yes, you're in the kitchen today. You're not coming back in here for a little while.
I'm watching the Penn State game with my buddy. We went outside for a minute and watching there, and good things happen. I'm like, not coming back.
Yeah, we're right here. Yeah, that's the most irrational one that I think I have is just thinking that anything I'm doing has any outcome on the game. How's your chicken cutlet?
It's really good.
So some of these are closer to tenders, but the other ones though,
but how crispy they are. It's good.
Yeah, it's really good. A little hidden gem of a place.
Mm-hmm. I've never had it before. Very good.
They have really good garlic knots, but
Oh, yeah.
That would have been good to know.
no, the problem with like there's an issue with them. They're a little too oily. Like there's too much oil. Like if they just like sometimes I just like take them out of the thing. Like if they come into like the little tin, round tin, and there's too much oil. But like the top is amazing. It's like sometimes they just hack the bottom off and eat the top of it.
Yeah.
My new place that I just heard about it last weekend for breakfast, Linden Bakery.
Where is it around here?
Yeah, it's in between, like, what is it? It's if you get off at 35 and go all the way down where that new car wash is,
Yeah.
take a right, and it's right over there. Small menu, really good pastry and stuff, but they only have a couple options with their bagel sandwiches, but their bacon, egg, and cheese bagel sandwich is good. I don't know if it's New York caliber.
Yeah, it's hard to find. I mean, I feel bad.
It's all the water, right?
Yeah. Well, I feel bad. That's like a friend of ours. I had an apartment in Concord. Me and my wife, I think was girlfriend at the time, but we moved down, and then a friend of hers was going to move down, so she moved down, and we're all living in the same apartment complex. And she started dating a buddy of mine, so that they're all, we're all from Long Island, and my buddy's dating her, so she's like, I'm taking Daniel up to Long Island to go, to meet my family and stuff. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. I said, make sure you take him to a deli.
Mhm.
And he's like, what are you talking about? He said, we got delis. And I'm like, no. I said, well, I live here too, buddy. If you got one, let me know where the hell it's at. Because I was like, what deli are you talking about? He's like, like Subway. And I'm like, Daniel, I'm going to punch you in the face. We're going to fight right now.
Call it Subway, Jersey Mike's.
Yeah.
Nice northeastern sub. It's like delis, diners, not really prevalent.
No. And that's all like when people go like, when I go home, I'll go home for Thanksgiving. I went home this year in the middle of summer when we had an off week. And they're like, what'd you eat? Like pizza. And I'm like, no, I ate at the deli breakfast and lunch every day.
Yeah.
Like go to the diner, like whatever. But like it's all like random stuff that you would never even think of.
Yeah.
The place that looks sketchy on the outside, a little, just a tad, is the best place.
Yeah.
And like where you're at on Long Island, where the delis and the good pizza spots are. There's just so many, but you kind of like have it's kind of like there's the landmarks you figure out.
Yeah. And like I feel bad sometimes because you go up there and you'll stay with friends and they're like, oh, we're gonna get pizza. We're gonna get pizza because you're in town. And I know you missed the New York pizza, and then they just go to like the local place and they get it, and I'm like, this pizza's terrible.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like the Ghost Face is better than this at home. I'm like, why don't we go to Little Vincent's or like a place that we knew was good?
Oh yeah. Yeah, Blaine's been reeling him in.
Like I know it was right there too. Like I don't know, that gap. It was almost 4 seconds when they came off the road, and he's got it down under a second, or right at a second and a half, basically.
It's going to come down to Blaine and Logano. I haven't seen Byron. Byron's been like the third best.
Yeah, he's there, but he's 5 seconds back.
Yeah.
Quietly, this has been like Denny's best race in a while. No, she is just 5.
Buscher's having a good run.
Yeah.
Who sucks? Everybody suck. Let's see. Kraus. Pick on Kraus for a minute.
Oh, did anyone drop out, Trav? I don't think so.
Uh-oh. Oh, it's over, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
Old Jeb stayed in there.
Damn it, Jeb.
The problem is that, like, it's just.
We already started out hot. I mean, it's not every race you can have the pace car crash to the barrels. And then stage 2 is going to be a little boring.
This is what Phoenix is.
Yeah.
This is what we talk about.
That pace car driver at Thanksgiving.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know if you guys saw when he told the other guy to get out. He was not happy, and it's the only guy that was there to blame. So
maybe his passenger was not telling him the directions. Like my wife said that to me all the
oh,
time.
make left.
It's like I was like, "Was that my turn?" No, my wife is not watching. She might be the worst GPS operator on the planet. Like I'll be like, "Where are we turning? Here. No, I'm already turned. That wasn't it. We were supposed to."
Yeah.
You could use actual GPS, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's like now I got on my truck, so it's easy enough. But like,
You just need to get yourself a good spotter.
yeah, that's what I need. She's probably getting a text here any minute, probably.
Yeah.
If she's watching, I'll be stuck.
She's probably. If I had to guess, she's not quite the party animal that I am. So the fact that she stayed up all night with me, if I would bet pretty much my life savings that she's sound asleep right now on the couch with the dog, unless my brother's snoring from the other room has woken her up.
He's probably happy you got out of the house since you were usually gone on these weekends.
Yeah. That's what I tell everybody. You know, like we're gone. A lot of people, you know, it used to be worse. It used to be when we had like all that practice and stuff. We would leave Thursday and come back Sunday night. So we were spending, I don't know, 200 days on the road, probably something like that.
Mhm.
And we'd meet couples out or friends of ours or whatever, and they're like, "How do you guys do it? Like not seeing each other all weekend?" And I'm like, "How do you do it? Just hanging out all the time." I was like, "How do you do it? Some of them like work together." I'm like, "I don't know how you guys do that."
That's the worst when you start dating a girl. They just want to hang out all the time. You're like, I just need a day. I do nothing.
Yeah.
A little PS5, a little college football.
So then now obviously Megan, she wants me home more obviously now. So but then like starting this week, it'll be about 3 weeks, and she'll be like, "Is there not a test or something you could go to?" Like
85 days left.
yeah, I wanted to throw up when I saw that tweet the other day. It was like 90 days
Yeah.
to the Clash. I was like, I'm gonna block this account.
At least you're not traveling to LA.
Yeah, thank goodness.
What is the off season for 2311 stuff like?
For me,
Yeah.
really nothing. There's no, I'll put in some. We'll do like some kind of off-season review, like a year review, and that's really it for me. And then, as we get closer to the Clash, which is really nothing to prep for because we've never been there. I don't know if they're going to go test or not. There's really, prep for that race. So there's no expectations of me out of the shop for pretty much the entire off season. Listen, like you said earlier, Tim's, they can pass.
They can. Blaney seems like he's the one car that could really.
And he's been doing it all race. Remember, where he started? He started
17th.
17th and drove up into the top 7 right away.
Yeah. Last year he started 15th to win.
Yeah.
So that's definitely.
I'll tell you what's Chasm kills me.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see his tweet today? Like they had that. I think Luck tweeted a picture of Blaney like sprawled out, like I don't know where, some meeting or media availability, and he's like, this guy doesn't look like he's rattled at all. And then of course Chasm tweets it. He's like, was it paint me like those Prince girls?
I don't know how he comes up with
He
this.
doesn't, and he doesn't miss ever.
Never.
Did she need that baguette?
No.
He said at the beginning of the year that he doesn't make the championship before he eat a loaf of bread. He's had to. He's made these before. He has a tattoo on his thigh of DW's face.
Was he really?
Yes, he had to let his dog drink water out of his mouth because he said that somebody was going to make the championship or whatever. Like,
I'm not betting.
so if he makes one of these proclamations at the end of the year next year, that driver ain't winning it.
5 to go stage.
He just tweeted Martin Truex Jr. has ended his full-time career at Phoenix Raceway doing what he loved best, being pissed off at Joe.
Must be yelling.
That was about a half hour ago. But whoever wins this championship, though, this is one of the. It's a good story, I think. Whoever really wins, you get like a back-to-back champ, 3-time champ, which is a big deal. And then 2 first-timers, but MJ wins 1. Fire probably the least storyline, but 24 gets back in there.
Yeah. I see you, Daniel Rolke.
Yeah, Rocky.
$5. Thank you very much for that. Are the spotters caravanning the Snowball Derby this year? Yes, they are. I'm not. Mike Herman usually sets that up. He's Busher's spotter. Originally I think it was me, Herman, Lambert, who was Denny's guy. Then it became me, Herman, Lambert, Timmy Fidua, and Tyler Green for a long time. Now I really honestly don't know. I know Fidua's going. I know Lambert's going and Herm's going. Tyler Mon, I think, is going. He's a Larson's guy. But yeah, that was a fun trip just because we were 5 spotters, rented a house on the beach, Pensacola Beach, and we were there all damn week because there's so much practice for that race. So that was like a good end of the year kind of getaway trip. That was fun, but that was one of the ones that just got cut out for me in lieu of vacation because I'm tired of racing.
What's that road trip like?
It's fun, man. There is, and of course, we just torture each other. It's like a damn locker room. I always say like the spotter stand is a fraternity more so because like the team guys, usually like the road crew, the mechanics, they hang out with the other guys on their team. They're traveling. They're on the same schedule as the other mechanics on their team or teammates, whatever. The spotters, we all hang out with each other. We hang out with the other spotters from other teams because that's who we spend all day with on the roof and so that's our schedule. We're on the same schedule as those guys. So we get in that car and it's a disaster. We usually rent like a 15-passenger van. There's 5 of us, and we've got one year we had a sign on the back of it. God knows what it said. Easy, squeezing them. Ford on Ford.
Oh no!
Ford on Ford.
Who was that?
Briscoe in the 51. Ford on Ford. Really?
No.
Boys, you aren't racing the points there. if you wreck late, man,
not been ideal. But yeah, they are going, and that trip it's fun.
You get 2 snacks and a drink on the road trip.
My drink is usually some kind of seltzer. That's all I ever really drink. Is
I was gonna say I always see
seltzer. Yeah. That's all I quit drinking soda probably. I don't know. It's been a long time now. 10 years ago, probably. I was drinking a lot of soda and I had to stop. So that's my drink. There's always seltzer, and then I don't know. It's always like in the mood. If I'm in the mood for like a Mike and Ike's, or if I'm in a M&M's mood, it's one of those. Usually just candy. I don't really
expect Mike and Ike's.
Yeah, Mike and Ike's is one of my favorites.
I've never had them.
Really?
Yeah.
They look like little pills.
Yeah, they're good, man. Used to be those shockers. Remember the shock tarts, whatever they were? Like,
yeah.
Sweet, like hard candy. I mean, sour hard candy.
Tim's, what's yours?
Go-to candy?
2 snacks and a drink for a road trip.
Bunch of Crunch. Also works good for movie theaters.
What?
Like Crunch bars, but they're like called Bunch of Crunch. They're like little just like ball Crunch bars.
I never.
And then I'm a barbecue Lay's barbecue chips.
I hate a barbecue chip. I don't
What?
know.
Stays on your breath forever.
I hate a barbecue chip.
A barbecue kettle chip is so good.
I hate a barbecue flavored chip. I don't know why. I just can't. I don't like it. Sorry.
Sunflower seeds too.
Sunflowers.
But the thing is, it's got to be kind of summertime or time of the year where you can have the window open. You can just throw them out. Otherwise, it just gets.
I would do some sort of Sour Patch.
It's a good one too.
And then give me some combos.
It's interesting.
And then I'll usually.
What kind? Like the pretzel combo or like the
Give me
pizza one?
And then I usually go something like a Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew, yeah.
Or like a Country Time lemonade if I can.
Country Time lemonade. I don't think I've ever had a Country Time lemonade.
Oh, the best if you can get it out of the can.
That Arizona sweet tea is mine. Or I used to get Arnold Palmer.
Like that damn thing.
Still 99 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way that's
That's
99 cents.
I mean, $1.29.
Oh, the stage break. I'm like, what's going to cost? We're talking about Pit Road.
Let's see. All right, someone donated us money, but it's a question we've more about the suspension.
I'm good.
So
I'm still suspended.
GBO Farm to ask a new question. Appreciate the donation. Is there any way, James Peters wants to know, is there any way to meet you spotters, like before a race or anything?
When I tell everybody the best way to meet us is hang out by the elevator about an hour before the race is when I'm usually an hour to 45 minutes before the race. We all go up the same elevator primarily, which is about every racetrack. Some of the places, Daytona, you can't get to the elevator we take. So there's some places might be difficult, but primarily most tracks has got an elevator that we all take to the roof, and that's the best place to run into us if you don't see us, if you're not in the garage.
Darren asks, where's the fireball? We're trying to keep it between the ditches.
Yeah, if you want to see an old man throw up.
I'm gonna have to drive home at some point.
That's
so.
yeah.
I gotta listen. Tomorrow's gonna be a long day, just so you know. Like if you're a DVC fan, tomorrow's gonna be a hell of a show.
Who cusses the most tomorrow? Or should I say, what's Joel's over on there?
Yeah, Joel. Listen, Joel. There's no telling what Joel's going to say. Joel is the probably top 5 funniest human beings I've ever met in my life, just because of the fact that he has no filter, and you don't have any idea what he's getting ready to say. Another not great stop there for the.
I think the first ever DVC that I said in was last year when he was on the show. And
Joel was
like,
you're like, what is this guy's deal?
holy.
Blaney and Bell are gonna
Blaney
each
loses
other
the spot.
fighting
Like, Anna loses the spot.
There's another 10-5 stop, and I'm not like it's hard to say a 10-5 stop
Oh.
isn't good.
Then he lost 5.
Oh, they're back.
They got too close to the
We
ball.
are so back.
Yeah,
It's crazy that 10-5 is.
you're like oh my god, you're gonna lose spots with a 10-5.
Blaney had 9-8. It's just
See what Denny's was.
let's see the old-fashioned replay on the left.
Yeah, that's a handy tail television got over there. I can look at
Good. Just maybe slow. Oh, the new Jackman.
but I think that was their fastest of the day.
Yeah, it honestly that looked pretty clean. Just maybe a little slow.
Let's see what Denny's was that time. Was that like 1:15? No. Oh yeah, no,
No, it's like 1, 2, 1.
it's got to be one.
Close to him.
Why he hasn't updated yet? We're only showing 2 pit stops for Denny. But yeah, I mean, the 19 was a 9.2, 9.5 on the 20, 9.5 on the 24, and then 22 is a 10.5. So
Yeah.
giving up a second. That's a lot. 12.
What did you say Denny's
9.3.
was?
Blank. Who's?
9.
Denny's.
Okay.
Denny hasn't loaded the second.
I'm showing
third
it.
stop.
If it's this, if the stats are updated 10-2.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, especially if you're tight back there.
Bell had a 9.5. Byron had a 9.9, and then Blaney was 10.1, and then Logano 10.7.
So I'm
Sure.
showing, and it's probably different metrics. I'm
Yeah.
showing Blaney's a 9.3. Blaney's 3 stops have been money 9.5, 9.1, 9.3.
That's if these are the most raised.
I don't know exactly what metrics everybody's using.
I use seconds.
Seconds. Let's see who had a favorite had a fast one. Byron had a fast one right there, 9.1. Ooh, 8. Bell 8.77.
I don't think mine updated then. These must be fast.
Denny 10.8. Lap 189. So he was almost 2 seconds.
Oh wait, now
slower
they
than
just
Bell.
updated. And mine, it's even shown even slower than your number. Showing 11.6 now on this one. So yeah, they're back.
I feel like this race should be run at night.
But then you're keeping them.
I know, but it's the championship race at night.
The only
Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, I mean,
but
yeah.
you want it during the day because if it was at night, it would hurt the racing product even more. Just because it's cooler, gripped up a little bit more. You try to get it hot and slick. You know, not that it's going to be 90 degrees in the middle of November, but
I was not expecting. I was hoping a small one.
I told you
Jesus.
that's the one. That's what I told you. Like it's they're like when I got the one, it was like 4 of those big massive ones. I'm like, that's a dinner. It's like I got it like as a side, like for me, my brother, my sister, my wife to share. And I'm like, well, Jesus, we could have just got this and been done.
Yeah. The whole one.
Richard Baylor, $1.99. I appreciate it. Yes, I'll be at Turkey Derby.
Aaron Gomez says donate $3. Go Busher.
Go Busher. I can get behind a Go Busher for $2.
I want to know where this money's going.
Yeah, like Mike's sitting home right now, just counting.
He just collected
Immediately.
I'm gonna order more food just
Did
because.
you withdraw like from? How do you withdraw from your YouTube account?
That's not the second.
Do you want to order food to go to take home?
Yeah.
I got the credit card over here.
There you go. You said that earlier, right?
We go to Big Al's afterwards.
Yeah.
Stephen Boss. If Bell wins this race, he needs to go full UFC from a year, UCF from a few years ago, declare himself the champ and get a knockoff trophy made.
Yeah.
That would be. I mean, listen, the mood he's been in for the last week or so, I wouldn't put it past him. There's Boss.
I can't see him.
Camouflage.
It's now they're probably getting used to it, but early on, the presence of him probably just had to be like hanging over.
I felt bad. One of the guys on our team we were at, this was a couple years ago, and he was the IT guy, so he was like pretty green to NASCAR, just wanted to do anything and everything he could to help. So he was catching tires, like when they roll the right front back over the wall. First race, MJ's there on the pit box, sitting on our pit box, and I look over and I see this. I see somebody go over the wall, like falls on the pit road. And I'm like, oh man, somebody fell on the road. We're definitely in a penalty for that. Didn't ask any questions, whatever. So I go to Big Al's, and this guy was always in Big Al's, and I'm like, I forgot to ask what happened. So I went back and looked at the replay, and it's the new guy, and he just like he's trying to hook too hard to catch a tire, he ends up like overextending, falls over the wall. So I see him at the bar, and I'm like, he's like obviously like mortified. He feels like he ruined the whole day, you know. And I'm like, it's all right, man. Don't worry about it. Like we came back, had a decent finish, whatever. And he's like, dude, he's like, you don't know. He's like, I turned around, I got up, made the mistake of my life, got up, turned around, and MJ was just glaring at me. And I'm like, oh, that's gotta be bad. Like,
the absolute worst person.
Like just
Hate you,
staring at you like you stupid son of a bitch.
I was like, who the heck is that guy? It just ruined it.
I love how he is at the races at a point now where it's like you're shocked if he's not there.
Yeah.
I was surprised at the beginning of the year. He said he was, or at the beginning of the playoffs, he's like, I'm coming home. And he's pretty much been, I think he's been damn near every one of them.
Like I think a lot of people thought, oh, another person's going to come in and you're going to be an owner, but they're not going to show up.
And
And
it just got shipped again. Oh, maybe do. Oh, he can get off the corner. He might be all right. Oh, good job. He's back his entry way up. Top of 4. Trust him, guys.
he's about to get squeaked.
Cleared him. Oh, who's that? Busher?
Busher, I think.
One poor guy gave $2, and Busher just got run over.
Should gave more.
He should have. If that was a $20 bet, he'd probably be leading.
Reddick kind of just bullied his way in. I bet he feels now this is his chance.
He's got to.
He's got to make up these spots here.
He went from 11th to now 5th.
Yeah, it's really.
He's fighting Larson.
Bubba's track on the bottom. Get in there. Busher's still trying to figure out what the hell just happened.
Yeah.
It takes you like something goes on like you. So like that's part of one of the bigger parts of our job. But like all hell breaks loose for a second. It's like okay, just stop, take a deep breath, get back to doing what you're doing.
I don't mind Reddick doing that because it's like if not, that's probably your championship.
Yeah.
Let's see this. I can't believe they didn't wreck here. Oh, he got loose off.
He just kind of moves down.
Chase almost. Holy
They
shit.
should. Busher's still up.
He I think he just kind of moves down here when he should. I think he
Try to go Larson.
get underneath the 5 and still there, but you can't. Like
Larson
he's
protected.
barely there. It's
Oh my god.
Ooh. And Bubba.
attaboy, Bubba, come right in the middle, baby.
That's a great spotter right
He was
there.
every spot for that guy. He's doing a great job.
Be curious how Blaney and Logano race each other. What's Roger thinking right now?
Panic.
Blaze car looks like it might got worse.
Oh, up the hill.
Oh. Byron's right there too.
Let's see if you're buying, you're like, can Blaney forget that it's his teammate for 2 seconds and race him hard and give me that window?
Yeah.
Byron's in that spot where he's just there. He's been there already.
That's his whole season.
Yeah.
Essentially. Top 5 car, just kind of hangs out. Sometimes he finds stuff at the right time and gets him a win.
Freddie, what advice would you give to a new spotter?
Similar to what Doug Reich said on our podcast is what I tell. I asked him about advice he would give to a new somebody trying to get into play-by-play. I mentioned like we had Blake in the studio, and it's just do it as much as you can. Spot whatever it is. If you can spot a damn shopping cart race, spot a shopping cart race because it's the more reps you get, the better you're going to get at it. And it's just it's all about being calm. You don't want to make your driver's already on edge in there. He's driving his ass off all day long. You don't want to add to any stress by, which like TJ, you guys ever listen to TJ's spot? It's awful. No, I'm just kidding. But he, he's very kind of, I want to say high strung. I know he's not high strung, but like for me, that's kind of how his voice comes across a little bit. So it's kind of an acquired, like obviously if you're used to it, it's fine, which Brad is, and Dale obviously was forever. But it's mainly just trying to stay calm, trying to feed information, valuable information, not just nonsense like just talking to talk. But yeah, it's just basically the biggest thing is spot everything you could possibly spot, and as often as you can spot it, because you're just going to keep getting better.
It's interesting you talk about like your voice inflection, because Denny was saying that, I forget which race it was. He said, I think my tone and how I said it made it seem like I was concerned, and Gabehart may have made a decision differently because of that. And so if you get loud or do something, Bubba might react differently. So you've got to stay the same.
And I think Bubba, Bubba can also almost use it as a tool. Like if there's, if you hear the octave of my voice go up, like something's happening, something like, or business is picking up somewhere, or there's a wreck, or, something's happening underneath. Like a lot of times it's like there's a wreck underneath you, and you're like, oh, like you can't get the words out, but you're speaking in a different octave where he knows something's going on and trying to make himself aware of it.
When he's saying everything is chattering.
Uh-oh.
What's that?
Well, yeah.
Tires are chattering. So like when you're tight, the front tires chatter. When you're free, the rear tires chatter. Or like now, if you said everything's chattering, it's kind of like maybe like a 4-wheel slide where you hear, like you ever drove a street car, you turn the wheel, that's your tire chattering.
Okay.
So that's what he's feeling.
We're too far into this run though that it wouldn't be from the pit stop, right?
No, he's fine. Like there's not an issue. It's just they might have got too tight, or now he's in dirt. Like the biggest thing is it's hard to understand, but your balance of your car changes with every car that gets in front of you. Like, so if you're leading, you want to be, a little bit tight. But then if, you go back to running third or fourth and you get just a little bit of dirty air, it's like you magnified your tightness by 10. And then if you have a bad restart, you're back to 8th. It just ramps up every time you get a couple more cars in front of you. There was, I forget what race it was earlier this year, one of the 1.5 miles that we were really good at, whether it was Kansas or something like that. Like we're marching through the field, and Bubba's like, this thing's a missile. And then we got to the lead, and he's like, it's so loose I can't drive it. Like, and it's just because you got the clean air where there's nothing in front of you keeping you tight. So then like we drove to the lead, we lost the lead to either Bell or Larson or somebody. He had the same thing. He got out front, he got crazy loose and backed up. So it was like you had the right balance for traffic, but then when you got to the lead, you were just way too loose. So that's something that you have to work on, and it's it's just really fine tuning it. But it's crazy how you can, that's what they talk about. Especially like penalty will kill you, because especially if you're running up front and you got your balance pretty good. Now they're where I'm too loose or whatever. So you're just making small adjustments to try to get that one number back, and then you have a pit road penalty. And now you're last, and you just changed the balance of your car by 3 numbers basically. It's like, son of a bitch. That's why the penalties hurt a little more than it might look.
They keep showing Roger, and I'm wondering at what point does he open up that mic, because he's been known to get on the radio.
Yeah. I think he's good right now. He doesn't really. It's hard. What do? You're going to get up there and coach Blaney up. Go get him.
Last year he was trying to calm him down. I feel like
because
he was so worried about Ross.
That was Ross, yeah. Which
a little different.
Yeah,
I'm always interested on which owners will jump on the radio and which ones just back off. I'm not going to say names.
Oh, RC there.
Pop.
Pop's right.
That's Tim's favorite driver.
Austin Dillon.
Yeah.
Tim's favorite driver probably is whoever makes him money. I would imagine.
Yeah. I'm a big Blaney fan. I just like the way he carried himself, represents the sport, good personality. It's hard to have a fan.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
I think Denny's great.
Same.
Well, Bubba's running 8.
Hey, buddy, we're coming. That's about it.
Can you imagine if Bubba somehow won?
If he won, that'd be good.
You'd have to stay. You'd have to do this every race.
So, yeah, sorry, buddy. You have to pay me to go sit at Dirty Mo every day.
You might be able to talk MJ into that. Like, listen, get out. Be nice if you could get behind Reddick and just
push him. We did that somewhere this year. I think might have been Texas or something like that. We had a problem or something. We were 2 laps down. We came out of the pits on new tires and just pushed Reddick all the way up to, I think it was Larson lead.
I still can't. They're showing the Homestead move. I still can't believe he did that. I thought when Blaney passed TH that it was over.
I thought it was over 3 times in that little sequence. I was like, oh, yeah, Denny's out front. I'm like, he's not getting past. And he kind of screwed up off before, got a shitty run, and Blaney got him. I was like, well, definitely not. Now it's over. And then here comes Tyler, the least of the people I thought was going to be able to make a move on the older tires.
It looked like Mario Kart. He got one of those little stars.
Yeah.
Inside 100 to go.
At what point does it start to ramp up? Hopefully.
For the playoff guys?
Yeah. When do they start?
Like, it's really, the restarts obviously are you're on a 10. Now you can dial it back a little bit and see where your car's going to go long run.
Ooh,
There's
saved by Ricky.
Oh!
Ooh, yeah.
Okay. What the hell was it? I just overcorrected it. Is that right in front of it? I thought I was fired.
No caution. Huh?
The 7 cars got to bring a caution out once,
They
right?
got a couple.
Like you got it in the
Ricky
season.
was trying his best there.
You got it in the season on a high note.
The thing that most of these guys are going to be thinking about now is,
Don't run.
well, just when do we make that pit stop? Reddick's probably the one that's going to have to do something different. Whether it's
You can't follow the lead.
whether it's short pit or when they pit, you stay out and run as long as you can, like you did at Homestead, and try to catch a caution. But he's like I talked about the other night with Enfinger. Like it felt to me like Enfinger was the one that needed to get off sequence and do something different.
I mean, last night, Custer stayed out, and the other ones pitted and put fresh tires on.
Yeah. Uh-oh, that's a broken toe link.
Caprice.
Yeah, that seems so. Oh yeah,
Can he get?
right where it's toe.
Where's he at, though? Pit road.
Just going to start finish line. That's
Yeah.
the restart zone right there. He'll get the pit
He can
road.
limp it
I
around.
mean, he could.
He's good now.
I would hope he doesn't bring out a caution.
We've had 2 near cautions now in the last 3 laps.
It's good. Let him race. Oh.
I was hoping that it brought a caution out.
You need a restart.
I just
Yeah.
want some chaos.
Let's get something.
Chaos.
Well, Larson's tried.
Oh, drag him up the hill.
That's not good.
That's how Larson. He's the best. He's one of the best. Logano's probably the best at it. Larson's close to where he can put you in a position where you're hurting yourself if you try to race him. $66.
I can't believe one of those guys hasn't dropped out yet. Blaine coming back a little bit. Or Logano's falling
I
back.
think Blaney's got the best long run car, kind of like last week.
Yeah.
That thing was last week after about 30, 40 laps, that thing was a missile.
Yeah. I mean, to drive him 7 to the lead was
Yeah.
pretty.
And having to beat all the guys that are dying to win.
Yeah.
It's not like you're just like guys are letting you go.
I mean, Bell's just checked out. He's probably the best spot just to win, and those guys just behind him. You ain't got to worry about that.
Yeah, I mean, the dominance he's been at, like New Hampshire and even here, like you knew he had to be the favorite if they got to it. Unfortunately, they did.
Which is crazy. He was on a run for at least 2 months where he didn't finish outside the top 10. Where he was like 9 out of 10 and 10 out of 11, 11 out of 12.
Yeah.
Crazy run. Yeah, it was Sparta. Slept in there a little bit.
Need something. Need somebody do something stupid for
Yeah.
us. We haven't. Somebody on the track, not the pace car.
I mean, if he wants to go out there.
He wants to just drive out in traffic.
There's some barrels in this, so you might want to clean those out too. Get the back up one guy.
What's the Jets game look like?
It's not good.
Not good.
Not good for it.
Not good for the -1 crowd.
21-6, almost.
Thanks. Buddy of mine's a diehard Jets fan. He's like, hey, he lives somewhere where you can't gamble like this. So he's like, I need you to place a bet for me. I was like, what? He's like, what's the odds on the Jets to win the Super Bowl? I was like, I bet real high.
Yeah.
Give me your money.
So then he's like, yeah, put $100 on it. So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
It was, I think, like 4,800 to win,
Wow.
something like that. I was like, so then they lost. That was the week before they lost to the Patriots. So I was like, hey, you can probably get about 7,000 this week.
A guy asked this question earlier. I forgot to ask it, but if any of your teams go in championship, Bubba doesn't count. Which team would you want to win the championship in? For your team to root for?
Like sports, any
Mhm.
sports? The Rangers probably. The Rangers is like my number one. They're all like Rangers and Mets are probably my top two. Like if you ask me, I'd pick probably the Rangers slightly above the Mets. The Giants, we kind of got spoiled a little bit there for a little while, so they're obviously my favorite football team. But like I could go a little while without them winning again. But yeah, like the Rangers since '94, the Mets were '86, so I'm ready for one of them. Which the Mets got the right owner now. We just need to figure out how to put it all together.
James?
It would have been the Yankees for me. I've always just been a Yankee guy. Even though baseball's kind of, I've fallen off a little bit. It's too slow for me now, but the Yankees are always my team.
I don't think I need to answer mine.
Yeah, I figured. Penn State.
We own them. I just want to beat the team up north right now.
Yeah, be good, man.
When is that game?
It's Saturday after Thanksgiving. Hopefully, I'll be up there for that.
We've got a little, a rivalry brewing. I shouldn't say rivalry, just Brett talking trash, but Jay and Brett on our show. It's been pretty comical. There goes Blaney, long run speed. The problem is does he get a long run at the end of this thing? Yeah, Jay doesn't really ever talk trash. When she's in here, I know he can hear me, but like he never really talks trash. And Brett ran his mouth about something, and Jay, it was leading into the Texas A&M game, and he was like, "Good luck stopping that quarterback, whoever came like A&M." Marcel Reed. He's like, "Good luck stopping Marcel Reed this week," and Brett's like, "I'll bet you whatever you not, Brett. I'll bet you $1,000." So then, of course, they won. So then Brett was at the game, drunk, in the group text, like just talking all kind of trash to Jay. I was like, "Oh man."
You could have told us Brett was at the game.
Yeah, that's all you had to do.
That's it.
But now Brett's talking now. It's ramping up because I think they play the same weekend, that rivalry weekend after Thanksgiving.
It should actually be a good game for the first time in a couple of years here, I think.
Brett says it's not going to be a good game. Brett says they're going to kill him, of course.
Or South Carolina.
I would have to tend to agree with Brett on this one.
I mean, they look better. The funny part is, like, beginning of the year, Brett's like, we're going to be awful. We're not even going to be bowl eligible this year. We're going to be, we might win 3 games. And here they are. I don't even know what their record is, like 5-3 probably or something.
Where the hell is Byron? He's not even capitalizing on this.
He's just
beating the hell out of
He's just hanging around, waiting for a good pit stop, get the lead.
You wait one more, obviously, one more pit stop.
Yeah, we got one more mandatory, but not mandatory, but you need fuel. Yeah. The funny thing, I hope my grandma's not watching. I'm going to talk a little trash about her for a second.
I want to catch the
grandma hates Booty.
Really?
Hates him because she has no idea, like what's like she cannot grasp the concept that we need fuel at something. So we'll like if we stay out and run long and we'll cycle to the lead. And then, we'll go as far as we can or whatever, and we'll pit. She's like, dude, why did you do that? Why did they pit? They were leading. And it's like, well, we didn't have a choice. We had to come at some point.
Get Grandma on a live stream.
Oh, I wish, man. She's diehard. She's probably the biggest Bubba fan there is. She sits and listens to the audio every week.
Was she a NASCAR fan before?
Not
Or is it
really,
because of,
me probably. I mean, she never like that side of my family was never. My dad's side of the family, everybody was into racing. Right, we all raced growing up and stuff. That side really never even came out to the track or nothing. But then once I started spotting in the Cup Series where she could listen, that's she listens every week now and yells at the television, and then she gets on Facebook. You know how much hate Bubba
She gets on the
yeah.
Facebook.
She gets on there, and Bubba's getting all Bubba's the biggest POS in the world, and she's trying to defend him. Oh, Blaney's there. I'm like, Grandma, I said, those people don't matter. Just ignore them, please. I'm begging you. Then there was one time I was like, well, there's a couple times she'll get a little carried away with some comments, and I'll be like, at least her last name is Smith, and I'm like, at least it's not Kraft, So, but there's a couple times I'm like, Freddie's my grandson. I'm like, God dang it, like,
Grandma, I love you.
this is just you're killing me.
Start reporting.
But it's listen, she's diehard.
We need to get a grandma on Booty.
Yeah, I told Booty, I was like, babe, my grandmother hates your guts, man. I'm like, if you just stop fucking pitting, we would be fine.
If you can find a way to put fuel in the car without
We need
pitting.
like a fuel car to come out there and fuel us up like the planes, like.
Grandma would love you for that.
Oh, here we go.
Are they going to pit at the same time?
Needing the nines
Nope.
here, boys.
25.
So the
22 beat
22's
him to the pit road.
pit, and here you go, Paul Wolf.
20 and 22.
20, 22.
The other ones are staying out.
Yeah, they won't stay out long, I don't think. Reddick might be the one that stays.
Now you kind of roll the dice, right?
Like
He's got
if
to.
anybody's gonna do it, it's gonna be Reddick. Larson will probably stay out a little longer like he did last time.
What? Oh, that tire was going.
It's always weird that tires
It's
so
so
slow.
like they scared the hell out of me just watching it live.
It wobbles.
Where they
That's
just
good stuff.
send it. That's good stuff.
When he's on.
They just launch the tire across the pit road. And you're like, oh, Reddick pit,
Not changing.
Byron's the one. He's for the lap.
Bubba pit. I feel like somebody has to do it. Like,
Byron needs one of those
somebody-
Chevys to accidentally.
Well, he's got Larson and Chase behind him, so I guess they're all doing the same thing.
He just needs Chase to spin Larson out.
Hey, Bowman.
Get him a caution.
Alex.
Hey, Bowman, what are you doing
Yeah.
today?
Or Daniel Suarez.
9-8 for Blaney.
That was nice.
9-0 for sure.
11 on Reddick. Oh, no.
Oh. That's going to sting.
That's no
9-8 for Bubba Dub.
Spotter got him in and out.
Spotter did a great
Oh,
job.
I
getting
don't
him off.
know.
Oh, wow. I was expecting Logano to beat him off just because of that was not good.
Pause.
Talk about getting the stream shut down. We are now TVMA.
We almost got a log in.
You gotta sign it. How long are we going?
We made it to 6 o'clock, so we made 2.5 hours.
Good. No, it was fun. Fun while it lasted. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Enjoy the rest of the race. If you're hiring, let us know.
Yeah. So anyway, I was expecting Logano to beat Ryan Blaney off of pit road because they pit a lap earlier, but
He's trapped them all lapped out here, though.
that's what I was saying. One of them had not had to do it, but like if you want to be risky, which I didn't think Byron needed to be that. He was right there a couple seconds behind him, but
Yeah.
Keith says, not a Bubba fan, but all he had to do was lose his spot and crew chief to run top 10.
that's all, buddy. Appreciate it. The thing is now you have to stay out long enough to make a difference for one. So like you can't just stay out 3 or 4 more laps. He's gonna have to run 10 probably. So now we have a tire advantage on the other side because right now he's giving up time. Like we look at lap times, he's probably giving up, seconds, not seconds, but probably over the course of the run, it's probably seconds. Let's see where they're at right here.
123.835 was Byron's last. Blaney was
Yeah, they haven't gotten up to it.
probably
Yeah, Bell's already caught up.
So Byron's running 29:20s and Blaney's running 28, so he's a second faster than him. So now you're going to have to, stay out long enough to where if it stays green, you're going to have the advantage at the end of the next run, or you can be able to make up that time delta that you're giving up right now.
That's the hardest part about being a fan of racing compared to other sports is when my team's up 7-0 or whatever, I know.
Yeah.
But with tires and caution and stuff, it's like your driver can be in first and you just don't know.
Yeah, that's my grandmother. And you don't know. A lot of times, like they don't. They have an idea. They have models that can lay out your pace versus your tire degradation, where your pace should be, where it should fall off to, and they can tell me before a race at certain tracks like it's 4 seconds faster to run. If it stays green and we run the same pace that we project that we're going to run, it's 4 seconds faster to stop twice in this stage versus stopping once, but that's also kind of a guess. And you're not banking on that's if you run this pace. Well, that's not counting on, here come the guys on tires blowing by you. So now you're not running that pace because you're getting passed by a bunch of other guys, or you're not running that pace on the new tires because now you're having to go through traffic. So there's a lot of factors that weigh into it.
The other thing, the traffic, I remember Denny, I think at Homestead, maybe it was, she was making up, but when he pitted and he came out, clean air, so he's able to go. And so if you pit though, and there's cars in front of you, that's just the luck side of it.
Yeah, and it seems like luck, but it's not. When you pit, like when we pit, we know where we're coming out, or as long as we have an average pit stop.
Yeah.
Okay, we should lose a mile and a half. It's basically a lap. You're going to come out about the same spot on the racetrack, just obviously a lap down to the guys you were racing. So that's what crew chiefs try to do is, you're staying out. Like right now, the 24 is bleed time. Well, you don't want to pit him.
Byron's pitting, by the way.
Yeah. You don't want to pit him into a place where he's going to come out buried in traffic. So there's just a lot of stuff going on. But then again, you can say, all right, I'm going to pit him into this hole. We're going to bank on this hole, and then you have a pit stop that's 2 seconds slower, and all those guys you thought you were coming out right in front of, now you're right behind them.
We need to get your grandma's Twitter account.
Just for racing.
Yeah. Rudy, I would pit now.
Yeah. Well, no, she doesn't ever want to pit.
No.
That's the problem. She's not pitting.
Another bad call by Booty.
She's staying on the same 4 tires.
Yeah, she's running 4 tires to the end, no fuel. She wants to be a Formula One race.
So Byron's pit now.
So he's got to come out.
He's going to come out deep. He's going to come out behind a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
Probably like
so 8. That didn't work.
We don't know yet.
It worked. They do that. Now the game is, can they get a net gain? I want to say they were like 5 or 6 seconds behind the leader when they when the cycle started. So now they're going to be 28 seconds behind he is right now. But he's going to be faster. So now that second lap is going to flip flop to where he's going to be much faster than them. Can he make up all that ground? And this place is a hard place to do. Oh,
he almost had it.
Well, now he can stay out.
So Reddick, they didn't get the caution when they wanted at Homestead, but it happened right after his pit.
Now that puts them other guys in a spot which I don't think they got lapped by Larson and Elliott, but they might have.
I don't think they did.
I don't think all. I think maybe some of the guys like Bubba might be. Bubba's a lucky dog on the radio. But now Byron can stay out.
Yeah.
And them other guys have to make a decision. Are our 10 lap better older tires going to be enough, or do we need to come and I think they're going to have to pit.
It's only 7 cars only left.
Yeah.
But yeah, why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Well, Byron's going to stay out. So
yeah.
Now, what do they tell Larson and Elliott to do?
That'll be
because
the game.
Well, they haven't pitted yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like they got to pit.
they're going to make a call that's best for Byron.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They want. That's the idea now is going to be they're going to pit Byron's going to stay out. They're going to, they're hoping to have a good pit stop, and now they're second and third with a buffer to Byron.
Who's the brakes?
I don't know what the hell happened there.
Car's going the wrong direction now. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
It is not good. That's 60 to go.
Bad inning for that Spire team though overall.
Yeah, they turned it up there
Pretty
for a
good.
little while. Osavar's, I think he's going to be, potential playoff contender next year.
I keep saying that the floor of these teams has never been higher. Of the Cup teams, like it used to be, the ceiling of the great teams and the bad teams was closed.
Yeah. McDowell going to that 71 too. I think that will raise their program too.
Yeah.
To at least
I think hopefully it helps Hostfar too.
yeah.
I don't know if anything's going to help Osavar. I feel like
Early in the year,
he's fine, and then just like a switch, something happens. Damn it, Bubba was one car from getting him lapped. That's a big difference. It's lucky dog, so it's better than the guys behind you. But if you just get on lap, you're restarting 8th on the racetrack versus restarting 36th.
So all these guys.
He gets hit, but he's got to get back.
Oh, they didn't come hit.
Where did they come? They're all back.
Okay. So like the wave around, I'm always confused.
Okay.
They can all just take the wave around now.
Yeah.
All the guys trapped one lap down. When can they not take the wave?
As long as anybody that's in front of Byron can take the wave around.
Okay.
The only time you can't take it is if somebody stays out and you're trapped behind them. But other than that, as long as you're in front of the leader, if the lead lap car is in front of you, all pit. Okay. You can wave around.
Which is what happened to Bell last week, right? One of the HMS cars stayed
out to burn it.
Yeah.
Which is smart. Stenhouse did that.
Yeah, that's gamesmanship. I'm all for that.
Stenhouse did it, and I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah.
I forget what
I
race it
agree.
was. He was on 100 lap old tires or something crazy and stayed out and burned a bunch of people and pit as soon as they went green. But he didn't lose the ground that he was going to give up by letting everybody wave.
I love gamesmanship. There's a difference between that and what we saw at the end of Martinsville.
I don't know what you're talking
Yeah. Allegedly.
Hypothetically speaking, with the Chevys.
I wasn't even paying attention to who won the race up there.
Did they show it?
I always
Oh,
thought.
here we go. Over here on the TV.
Logano should be a quick one. 9-4.
9-4.
This is going to be almost a 10-second stop on Reddick. Oh, over
10-6. 89.5.
Byron stayed out. Somebody said they thought anytime I don't have a hat on, somebody's like, "Did you get a haircut?" I'm like, "No, you just don't ever see me with a hat on. It's all gray. I don't know what happened. Got married, met Bubba. It's all downhill from there. It's troubling to look at pictures from the podcast 4 years ago, and my whole beard is black still. I'm like, what the hell happened?
I'll take them grays, and I don't have a beard, but I'll see a couple. It's oh.
I just started giving up. It's over.
I'm okay with grays. I don't want to lose.
As long as it's there.
Yeah.
That's why I got a bald spot in the back of my head. It's not bald, I'm not bald, but it's thinning. And the reason how I found that out was my wedding video. We got married and 3 months later, they give you the video from the day, everything. And the guy was filming from the back of the aisle, facing us. And I'm looking, what the? I said, is that what the back of my head looks like? I'm going bald. I was like, how come nobody told me?
Somebody said, Freddie, you're a silver fox, dude. You don't need a hat.
That's right.
There you go.
Some of the transcript from the radio right there. Sugar break fans and stuff are off here. It's make sure your fans are off. I'm sure they're saying, but sugar break fans.
How much stuff are drivers doing during cautions to the car in front? I always tell Gabehart's telling Danny to hit a switch.
Yeah, so a lot of times you'll hear us talk about switches, and it's usually the alternator switch, in our case anyway. And it's usually on a restart. It's going to get you a little more power. You know, I'm talking minuscule, probably 1 or 2 maybe, but
compared to
it's just not drawing. Oh, you know, it's just you're not drawing off the battery. Tim, grab me a beer, please.
Yeah.
Are you grabbing Gatorade?
He's got to rehydrate.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
He had a long day at the winery yesterday.
Mouth's already dry.
So, you know, a lot of times it's that, or it's, you know, you're keeping the car cool, trying to keep the car cool. So, like, it's going to be the cooler you can keep the engine for a restart, it's going to be the most optimal power.
Tim's, you can't be wearing a Dale Jr. Budweiser shirt.
Sorry.
Sorry.
It was one sip.
One sip.
Had to, you know, get something to make my mouth not as dry, and then I'll be back on the beer.
I had a moment of panic. One of our marketing people texted me right there, and I was like, "Uh-oh, what did I say or do?"
The stream just
But it was just talking about. They wish I wasn't there. They're happy I'm not.
Hey, we haven't been canceled yet. So
Yeah, I got close for a minute there. A few minutes ago.
apparently our social team decided to make a clip of me asking when the last time you missed a race was.
Yeah, the first 30 seconds of the live stream.
Mike tweeted out the transcript.
Well, you gotta be dumb. You gotta be tough. It's okay. You'll be all right. You didn't know. You know what you did.
You think I pay attention to you?
This is where I feel like we're going to see it start to go here.
It has to. You know, like, and it's gonna be a little desperation on the Fords because now they're back in the third row. Like I said, the further back you get, the balance of your car changes. Reddick, you'll probably, I didn't see where he chose. If he's running 7th, he probably ended up up top.
Tim's, Blaney plus 120, Bell 120, Logano 240, Byron 500, Larson 600, Reddick 1200.
Well, here's the thing. The Chevy, Larson and Elliott, they're going to make the Great Wall Chevy. Like, they're not going to pass by.
Correct.
I don't know if you can say
So, I mean,
He can say it.
I'm just like, so I wouldn't bet Larson. They're not going to pass by.
Yeah.
I think Bell. I did like that Bell back in the gate stage, so I would say, but
Yeah, you're keeping secrets.
yeah, but I think he's obviously going to be passed. He'll be contender for the win. Then it's Logano winning, right? They get up there. I wouldn't bet Larson.
Someone asked, I wonder how long the Culver's bag has been back there. Tim's actually had it for like lunch, so it's actually
Yeah,
not that old, but good
Today?
sight.
before I got here.
I haven't. My brother goes to Culver's all the time. I think I had one time.
Did you get the cheese curds?
There you
Good
Wow.
burgers.
I think we had a milkshake or something. There. It's pretty good.
Reddick trying to get outside and go for
It was the last restart,
it.
and Bubba was a big winner.
I guess the yellow would have told me that.
Yeah. I wish. I never saw where they chose that.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had my preference, I would always be on the top here. I feel like you can just get such a good run off of 2 that makes up way more ground than that dive into the bottom of 1 and 2.
Here we go.
Was that Bubba's or is that Reddick? That was Reddick outside of Blaney.
See, I told you, Reddick going outside.
He's got, yeah,
Fucking predicting the future.
Bubba's following him.
But no speed there. He needs Bubba to
Blaney got a really good run off.
Right, got
Larson and Elliott blocking.
The Chevys really didn't.
The Chevys couldn't.
Reddick's gonna make a move now.
Oh, Bell,
Bubba.
Bell.
Bubba, easy, bro.
Oh, there goes Logano.
Oh,
Damn. 5th to 1st for Logano.
What a start.
he's. I feel like Penske's got the bases covered in general because Logano, I think, is the best on the short run, and I think Blaney's the best on the long run. So they're going to be in good shape, no matter how it plays out.
Yeah.
Blaney's going to need to get around these guys. Oh, Bell's going to have to mess with Larson here. It's going to hurt his exit.
Ooh. This is big if you can get by both of them here.
Oh. Oh,
Oh,
Bell's on his
tight.
4.
Just Jake's Bell so bad.
Oh! Blaney's saying you're not in the playoffs. Get out of the way.
Larson saying you're racing my teammate. They know how good that 12 is on long runs too. They can cost him any time. Might not have enough time to get there and get the passes done.
What? Go picture in picture.
Red guy say, ooh, that's
That's what stalled Reddick then.
It was Henry in the top 10. Or was he just restarting here because of the way
Probably restart. Yeah. Oh, last week, man, he was holding up Denny a bunch.
Old Bub. P7.
Apparently, Blaney's freaking out.
Weird.
Never.
crazy. Shocked.
What a never goes that.
Well, this race is kind of getting away from him now.
He's got the best
It's
car.
gonna be a blockade. What the fuck you think I'm doing? I'm trying to get through. I'll clear him.
When does he use the bumper?
It's got to come pretty soon because the longer you wait, the further away that 22's getting.
Yeah. He can run down the 24. I don't know if he can run down the 22.
Jeffrey Kirkby said 12 crew plugging in toasters. Yeah, more. We gotta get
The
a
Blaney fan.
reaction theater.
Yeah.
Tell you what, though, Logano took it on that restart.
Yeah.
At the first.
I was surprised those guys weren't able to defend a little bit better than the other two Chevys.
Even Byron kind of just.
They just don't have the speed.
But usually they're on. Logano's more on the long run too, right?
Well, Logano's been the shorter run. He's the one that
Has
he
he?
went out there and kind of checked out the last round, and Blaney ran him down and caught him.
That's right.
So Blaney's got to not lose his mind here and get around this guy. He's
Yeah.
way better than him.
Blaney is P1 when it comes to entertainment for audio.
Yeah.
Oh. I think he's the best car right now. It's just going to be, can he get there?
Do we get another caution, too?
Yeah. I don't know that he
What the bleed? He could probably just play.
He probably doesn't want the caution, right?
he wouldn't want the caution, I don't think,
Blaney now.
just because it's,
I mean, Larson's parking it right in front of us.
hey, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And I'm good with the teammate or whatever racing hard.
Yeah.
It's when they don't do it. Hypothetically speaking.
Oh,
Talking about the Chevys.
Oh.
44 to go.
What stinks is like from just a fan entertainment special. Like Byron's not going to go up there and get it. But
No.
Blaney could.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you're like, come on. You're not like,
Yeah.
but you're all, now everybody's kind of cheering for Blaney.
yeah,
Like, go, like make this a race, please.
yeah. Oh boy, here you go. Here's the
This
caution.
is a place you don't want to be.
Oh, I mean, Truex could just do the funny thing and just say, "I'm done with you."
Oh!
You got a Texas A&M sponsored car?
It's buried.
They had one at the 14 had one at Vegas, I think it was. I don't understand the connection.
What's college just got that money?
NIL money.
Host of I Reckon. Truex on his last race.
One more for you.
If I was a fiery driver, my last race, someone pissed me off, I'm fighting them. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
You know,
Suspend me? Well, he's trying to race the 500. So.
I guess you could get fined too. I thought Justin Allgaier might be hanging it up last night during his speech. He's talking about it.
signed a nice like 2-year extension.
I know we had the extension, but there was a moment where I was like, oof, you might be hanging it up.
It's 3 seconds back for Blaney.
Byron's back up to it. How maybe that.
Logano's going to do it. Even years.
It's crazy. Joey Logano. 40 to go though. Lock and change.
That's the thing. Who can keep their cool?
Ooh,
Oh, he's not
he's
keeping his
fighting
cool.
hard. That's kind of Blaney's MO though. He's this will probably be the last commercial.
Yeah.
It better be.
This is when they.
That's why they
This
do it.
is when they won't have, unless there's a caution. They won't. I don't think they'll have another full screen commercial. This is kind of what they did, or what Fox did the other night. I'll tell you what. What time is it there?
It's 2 hours behind, right?
Yeah,
4:20.
it's getting to be. There's going to be a massive glare into turn 3 here. Probably already there.
Right here.
Yeah, it's probably going to get a little worse as the sun goes down, but like it's bad.
That's gonna be the hardest because you can't have a visor on. Like,
Not now, all race when it wasn't really that bad of a big of a problem.
could you do? But you don't. The problem is you need it sunny early, where you like have a tear off that has the
Yeah,
where like sun, and then it tear off to a
yeah. Like a lot of times you have it like a tear off. If you run a tinted shield
get
tear off, and then as it gets darker, you just pull it so you're clear. But now you almost want the opposite,
Yeah.
where it's not that bad, then you want to put a tinted deal on there.
Thought he was giving it to him. There you go.
He's got
He
him.
bumped him there.
Does he?
He's gonna dive in here and get clear.
He's not.
Switch lanes with him.
He's not going to take this.
Oh, he's
I
trying
use
to
him up a little
get,
bit.
he's got to get up. There you go.
Ooh.
Even if he's fine,
Oh.
even he'll get the bottom.
Oh,
They'll get the bottom and help him better run off at 2 or 4 to get.
He backed out too. I mean, Larson did his job. I think it's fine. Now go.
Your goal there, even if he got underneath you, was just to switch lanes with him, and you have the top, which is kind of the preferred. See, that's why he just drives in and gets clear. Hopefully.
I'm not reading this one.
Why not?
We're not going in that
I
direction.
guess see.
The bottom one.
Yeah. That's how Tim's wanted to start the show.
Apparently the Cowboys Eagles game still sucks.
Oh,
21-6.
21-6.
Who's winning? Oh, so my bet would be holding good right now.
I want to hear.
I had Eagles minus 6.5.
I played the Eagles, but I teased it with one of the unders. I don't remember which one. I think the Chargers game.
I also have a Jared Goff prop. Passing
Sunday
yards.
Night Football.
I saw some random account tweet how he's thrown for X amount, and so I blindly taped it.
Back to still about 3 seconds, but he's chipping away at it.
Yeah, I don't. Even if there's a caution right now, does it kick in that long run speed, 30 laps? Not really.
Yeah, not really. He's catching him. I mean, he's
Yeah.
took a 10th off in the last 20 seconds. And now Logano's going to be a little bit of traffic too, with all the guys that waiting around.
Three seconds and 32 laps.
Just a 10th.
The key is, to your point, what you said is when you get those lap cars, how fast you get around.
Yeah. Can you are they going to cut you a break? This is where your Logano, you're heightened because you might be catching a Chevy. Chevy's going to run you harder than
My issue in this even the regular season is the lap car will race the leader hard, and I get they don't get lap, but then once they get past, they let the second place go by.
Yeah, well, that's just because you're a lap down now.
But race hard still.
Yeah, I mean, you're still, you're racing hard, but you're not racing as hard because you're just racing the hell out of that guy, hoping to catch a caution in that moment. Where now that you're a lap down, and basically, honestly, the way the rule is supposed to work, I don't know if it's actually a rule or if it's kind of more like an ethical thing, but if you're right in front of the leader, so you're last finally lap right in front of the leader, they're not giving you the move over flag.
Yeah.
You're not getting the move over flag until you get lapped. Once you get lapped, then you start getting the move over flag for the rest of the cars. So, it's almost kind of by rule or by design that you're supposed to heed way to everybody else once you do get lapped.
He is gaining.
He was 2/10 faster the last lap.
The last thing he needs to see.
I want to see
yellow.
what Logano's like what traffic he's catching.
Yeah. Well, the problem is all the problem's going to be for Blaney is Byron.
Yeah.
He's going to run Byron down, then his lap time is going to slow down. Like Byron and Logano are running the same lap time. Blaney's about 2/10 better than them right now. But once he catches Byron, his pace is going to slow down to Byron's.
What he needs though is Byron to catch up to Logano, right?
Yeah, if Byron can close that gap, it just helps him get there faster. Which, like this Ford, is probably going to raise. He's probably let him go. Who's driving that? Kaz. Probably the first time Kaz let somebody go all year. The 51 probably didn't put up a lot of fight with the 22. Well, here's
Someone's
back by.
right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Unless he put tires on because he's passing him.
Sean, where's Brett? I believe he's spot for the 3 car.
Brett is spot
26, one lap down.
Solid run.
His feet are kicked up.
Inside.
Another one coming.
Don't wreck here.
Logano turned it up that last lap, but Blaney beat him by almost 3/10.
That's 2.2 now. Yeah.
It's just going to be. It's all going to be about how much he gets held up. Like I think if there was no Byron, he's definitely running him down.
Byron has not gained. He's flatlined.
Yeah, that's all he's been all race.
Yeah.
It's just he's going to have to not fuck around right here. Like, apologies for the F-bomb.
I think we've done pretty well.
That one, he's going to have to move Byron. Like, you're going to first you got to be able to get to him. And then you're going to have to go.
He's got to avenge his sister here.
Oh, gosh.
For the pass.
Whoa.
So the pizza.
Ooh, how about them chicken cutlets that we had earlier that were disguised as chicken tenders? He's so fast right now. He's actually still gaining. He's still gaining on Logano, even behind Byron.
He's almost under 2 seconds. Look at that. There you go. Look at that. Seconds behind the leader graphic.
Yeah.
I don't know if Byron fights him that hard, to be honest with you.
But if I'm Byron, I'm letting him go.
Yeah.
Like, if Byron's smart, go up there and you two wreck each other or start racing the fuck out of each other and come back to me.
That is his only chance right now. Yeah, he's going to take easy work with this.
Ooh. Let him
I thought he was
go,
going to turn
William.
down into him.
Let him go.
To the line.
He's gonna have to get him off the floor. I think. He's gonna stall. Yeah. Oh, got loose.
Kind of crowded him up.
Clear up. Take it away. All right, 2.1 second, 21 laps to go. He's got to beat him by a 10th a lap.
If I'm Byron, just get behind Blaney and just
try. I mean, he's
help him.
obviously Blaney's going to ride away from him, but let's see what the lap times look like. Now, that cost him even that lap there, it cost him 3/10. So now you got to be more than a 10th better than a lap. Same lap time. Oh, this is live, so let's see that. That's technically a lap ahead.
That's always the confusing part. Which is why I never listen to the scanners.
Oh, it's awful.
Because also the transcript at least allows me to delay it and I can check. Linus says a random back marker Chevy is going to spin out 10 laps.
Which one? Is that still the 51 just riding down
Yeah.
the 22?
Time for Austin Dillon to do what he does best.
Yeah.
They'll just say it on the radio. Hey, Austin, we need you to spin out so we can get a caution for the 24.
Hey, you know the plan?
Remember that thing we talked about at the beginning of the day when the 24 might need a caution?
If this
It's here.
exact scenario pops in.
Don't make Pop proud. Make Mr. H proud.
Oh, yeah, he cut that 3/10 off in 2 laps. Oh, yeah, he's 2.5 tenths faster a lap right now.
Well, like you said, the 51's kind of just riding behind the 22. That should tell you he's kind of levels off.
I mean, if he can listen, this I'm not jinxing it. I don't want to talk about it. If Blaney can run him down here and they race for the win, this will be probably the best Phoenix, one of the best Phoenix races ever.
And you just trick
Well, the last
Where's
2
the
weeks,
yellow? Where's your boy Dylan at?
1.3. Wow,
He's flying.
he is flying.
And he's boxed in here in traffic.
Where's
What's the
Hosabar
7?
at?
Most of ours right in front. Is that
The 7's not going to cut him a break.
That's Haley.
Yeah, he's still 2-3 tenths better a lap. Haley and
2
then
boards.
The 14's technically a Ford.
Yeah, true.
He's JGR.
He's a JGR
He's a
car.
Toyota.
Oh, he moved
They
way up.
got over.
Briscoe way up.
Now, what do they do here with Blaney, though?
I think he's got
Down to a second. He cut off a second and a half in 6 laps. Ooh.
LaJoy is fighting. Is that LaJoy next one?
Is that still him?
That glare, man.
I think that's the
That's
14.
14.
Oh, it is? Oh, it is? I think it's LaJoy. I can't tell.
I thought Briscoe kind of got out of the way.
It's LaJoy.
He doesn't need an order.
He wants to be in that picture when they cross the start finish line.
It's like did you ever hear my half marathon story?
No.
So all the spotters got together. We were going to run a 5K. And I'm like, this is an awful idea. But we all trained and took I think we did 2 months.
Define train.
We did this on app, couch to 5K or he's in the 5K or something like that. So we were running, every day pretty much, or every other day, whatever the thing said to do. And we were going to run in Kansas. And I took off running, and there's at the same time there was a half marathon. So the half marathon went out probably, I don't know, a half hour, whatever, however long it takes to run that. Probably a half hour before the 5K. And then they start the 5K, and we go running, and I hurt myself, just hurt my knee. My knee started bothering me, so I was like, I'm not going to hurt. But it was the Sunday morning of a night race, or Saturday morning of a night race. So I'm like, I'm not going to be hobbling around the racetrack all day. And so I slowed up, and the next thing I know, as I'm walking to the finish, here comes the guy that's leading the half marathon. And I'm like, whoa, boy. And I'm trying to hustle to beat him. I can't lose to the guy running a half marathon. So sure enough, I finished right behind him. And so they got a video, there's pictures of it, and there's an announcement at the start finish line. It's like, so-and-so wins the half marathon. And here's Freddie Kraft from Mooresville, North Carolina.
He's on his 5K.
Right behind him. Princess down at the end.
Blazing speed.
All right, let's see what we got here. Clean air. He's making up. Let's get a little back there.
Yeah. Frank, the toaster business, buy your stock next. I think the Blaney fans might be buying some.
Let's see.
Yeah, lap time kind of cool.
Lap times might have leveled off a little. No, he's still 2 tenths better than him.
Oh, there's Austin Dillon.
Oh, Brett. Get out of the way, Brett.
Blaney's got him in his. And see him.
Blaney, I don't run a 29 flat to Blaney's 87. It's not changing on the time differential though. Barely. I guess it is barely. I know it's 60.
Yeah.
Come on, Brett. What a loser. Ruin everybody's fun.
I'm not this
Brock's just trying to get home.
one. Yeah.
I don't know if my thing is broken or Blaney has just run an 87 4 laps in a row. He's going to get there, but now, like, it's so hard to pass. Are you willing to move your teammate? You got to be right for a championship.
Yeah,
He might not have to. He's so good up on two.
Yeah, he's there.
it's that fine line of racing, but both of you can't wreck.
Yeah.
You're either gonna have a 3-time champion or back-to-back.
And Byron's 4 seconds back too. You can move him up and then still finish one too.
Yeah. This is where he can turn on this apron.
Yeah.
Just get a
He's
big run off.
low.
Yeah.
Is that usually?
He's on the apron.
Yeah.
So Logano was 5-0 last lap, 3-9 for Blaney.
No, that time was even that lap. I guess he caught him.
Yeah, that's that you got to him.
Yeah.
Now, how do you pass?
No.
He's just
He's got to change lanes now too.
we just kind of get a crossover right here. Big run.
Good.
Big run. Put the bumper to him, Ryan. Nope. Not there yet. Oh, packing.
I would love it both wrecked.
Oh, jeez. Jeez,
That's
Trav.
chaos.
Watch the world burn over here.
Listen, I'm in the entertainment business. Any content, man. You see Roger throwing his headset?
Punching a baby in a suit. This guy here. Someone else. Get out of the way. Oh. If there's anybody on the planet that can defend this lead, it's that guy. He knows exactly where to put his car to make yours not work as good as you want it to. This is where he's going to have to. This is where he has to make the move over here.
How many chances does Blaney have at this point?
4. Like, it's going to be the exit of 2. He's going to have to run that diamond and try to get a better run off the bottom. And it's just not there right now. He's starting to free up.
He's losing time.
It's so hard to ask yourself to do the same, like not try to squeeze throttle just a fraction of a second too soon. This almost looks like 2022 when Logano won the other one.
Yeah.
Even year.
They're chasing each other.
Oh, that's when Blaney was pushing him, right?
Yeah. Oh, shortcut.
I don't know.
I don't think he has that.
Slap traffic in front of him too, though.
They would hope that they just get the hell out of the way.
Especially with teammates racing.
Yeah.
It's one thing if like you're Larson or something like that, and Byron's there, but I wish
I don't
Cedric
know.
would wreck right now.
Oh, he's got a good run here. Everybody shipping off the bottom again.
Ooh,
He's
he's
getting
back.
He's going to try to run that diamond again.
He's got one more chance, right?
Oh,
Just gives up too much time to the middle around the diamond.
Lap car down low.
Good job, JJ. White flag right
I
here.
don't know.
White flag. Oof.
That's it.
I don't think he's got it.
He had enough. He's going to have to ship it off into the bottom here. Hope it sticks.
Take it to the wall.
Ran top.
Big
Wow.
run.
It's over.
He's trying to
Trying to just get
bank on these guys, hold them up a little bit. Joey Logano.
three-time champion.
Three-time champion.
That puts him in rare.
Whoa!
And that is all.
That puts him in rare air.
Yeah.
Kyle Larson won Joey Logano that championship,
Yep.
holding off Blaney for as long as he did.
That's too many fist bumps.
Wow.
Big win for Hair Club.
Big win for Hair Clubs.
To go 1-2 for Roger Penske.
Oh, that's got to sting. Byron was third. was Reddick? 6th.
This is probably 6. Bell really just didn't have anything.
I think Bell just got out of the way after that.
Oh yeah, remember if not for Bowman not making weight, Logano's not in it.
Yeah.
Think about
Crazy,
that.
The littlest, the smallest things
17 pounds.
changes the whole
Austin
season.
Cindric wrecking at Nashville.
Yeah.
Wild.
Good race.
I wish. How long was it?
3 hours.
Last year's was 2 hours 52 minutes.
It's good. There's no cautions, really, right? I mean,
We had one at the beginning.
Zane
Zane.
The
won.
longest caution.
Was the
race
main
car.
car.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I forgot this race had a red flag.
Yeah. And it had nothing to do with anybody else. This guy's looking for Dale. Dale's got his flag too. He's like, where the hell's my flag
I'm not taking this one around with me.
at?
Can you imagine Roger running around?
Running
the
around
flag?
the media room. Oh man. I don't know, Jay's wondering how long we want to stay live for.
Oh, no, we're
Yeah, we're about, I've had
Logano one. It wasn't Reddick.
Let's get have enough there. Man, thank you guys for joining us. Hopefully, I'm never in this position again to do this, but I thought it'd be a fun idea, and I knew these guys would jump on board. So, Tips, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Travis, hope everybody enjoyed it. I managed to stay awake for the whole Cup race. That was good.
GDC with Joel Edmonds tomorrow.
Yeah, action's detrimental. You gonna have any guests? You gotta bring Logano on tomorrow.
I don't.
When are you recording? You know when you're recording?
I'll text him later, and I'm guessing probably a little later than usual, just because. Well, I don't know. He wheels up like.
Yeah, he's
30
pretty. He'll
minutes.
be here in a minute. So,
Yeah, we'll probably tape tomorrow morning, probably 10, 11-ish.
well, again, we appreciate everybody. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you listen to all the podcasts. That other one too. What's the name?
Oh, yeah.
Junior.
Logano most likely, if they've had the winner on every week, so I'm assuming he'll be on DJD. Teardown will be live tonight with the full reaction live on YouTube. Jeff and Jordan. I can't wait for Jordan to troll Jeff with the Logano even year thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be never ending. But again, appreciate you guys. Thanks. Hopefully, again, like I said, we never have to do this, but it was fun for this one at least.